And I'm going to fix that. Now, do you hear anything? Now, can you hear me? Now, can you hear me? Can I be heard now? Let me see something here. Okay. All right. Hold on. I have to get my I have to get my Spider-Man headphones. Yeah. That's how bold I am. That's how bold I am. I got Batman bed sheets. That's how bold I'm. I'm in. Look, I'm in a room. I'm in a room. That's what I told you guys. I'm in the room with three of the most beautiful women I know, and I'm talking about my superhero shit. That's how tight my game is. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. Okay, so you can hear me on YouTube and you can see me. So, and we have a lighting situation that's going to happen soon, and we have our people here that's going to be guest and hosting. So you're going to enjoy the background of of our setup while we watch things happen here. And Kathy, I tried to call you because we had some camera problems and I did it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. East coming in, west going out. It was it north coming in, south going out. You're doing it wrong. The people that are here with me are too young to know Mr. Mom. So the movie Mr. Mom. I don't think I watched it. It's a great movie, Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom. In our next show, um, we will have a phone line hooked up. We will have um, uh, uh, dancing girls. We will have a weed display. We will have Chippendale dances for the ladies. We will have lots more wine. Okay. So there's that there. So what I have to do here is this. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yep, I'm here perfectly in the mic.
This like right here, so you can see everybody.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that. Yeah, less me, more you guys.
Well, I mean, not.
Yeah, no. I'm good right here. I'm good right here.
Wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm good right here. We are doing our podcast, which is called Thoughts from the Lair, which is going to be hosted by Asia. Is that you just gonna go by Asia?
Yeah, go for Asia for now.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna use the microphone.
Yeah, this mic is live.
But it's not gonna go through here.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this off.
No. It's not gonna go through there. I can make that happen another time. I have to sit here and do a link and do that. Kathy, I have so many questions on how I set this up and what I did wrong and this, that, and the other. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna leave us to set up, and then we're going to start our podcast shortly. This is Exhibit A. She's our artist, and her art is around the room. And Asia's going to sit down. I thought Asia was sitting here and
Well, she's the one we're
Oh, sorry.
interviewing.
okay.
I switched. No,
No,
that makes
sit
sense.
down.
The co-host.
No, sit down.
We're setting this up like you guys are doing it. So
Yeah,
you're the
yeah.
co-host.
Yeah,
You
so
sit next to each other, and then.
but I have to go get another glass of
Yeah.
wine.
Oh, I can do that.
So
Unless you
oh
wanna
really?
Take a break. Do you
Huh?
want to take a break? I can
Because
go
it's
get a-
about
No, I'm good.
That's, you know.
No, it's about
I can
you
still see
hosting.
from over there.
You're gonna host
Don't fight
and you're gonna ask her the questions. So okay, this is Asia, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for her. All right. So we are live with our podcast, and we wanted to have a live studio audience, but we don't have one today. But we're going to keep it moving because we want to get a live studio audience in the future. So today we're going to put it on Facebook, and YouTube, and the Words Out Production Facebook page. So you know what? Bring the bottle.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it's kind of far.
Yeah,
over
bring the
there.
bottle. Yeah, but this is that kind of podcast. Bring the bottle. That's what we should call it. Bring the bottle.
Bring the bottle.
Bring
That
the
is
bottle.
actually kind of dope.
Yeah, bring the
So
bottle. That's the name of our podcast. Bring the bottle. So, bring the bottle.
Bring both bottles?
Bring all the bottles.
Bring all the bottles.
Bring all the bottles.
Now, can you give me more than 2 cups because this is a whole nother bottle of wine.
Why am I getting 2 cups? It's the same kind of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like sake?
What's that?
Huh?
Have you not ever seen
Sake.
Kill Bill?
Sake? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've had sake.
Yes.
I just had
Let me
sake.
go to the restroom.
We went to a place over in Collingswood. And they did all
it
it.
there?
Yeah, the
Oh,
place.
you're talking about hold
I
on.
forget the name of it, but
Salami?
huh?
The sushi place?
Yeah,
Salami.
yeah, in Collingswood. Right there on Haddon Avenue in Collingswood.
There's a couple of
Yeah. Which one was mine?
They're both yours.
Oh, they're both mine? Okay. Thank you very much. You are a peach.
I like mango.
Okay, north to drop off, south to pick up. Not everybody reference.
What's that?
North to drop off, south to, which one is the that's a Chardonnay.
That's not for you. That's what I
Okay.
said. So there was already a White Zinfandel opened. So
This is that was open.
yes,
The smaller glass.
both of them are.
Okay.
Cheers. So it's both White Zinfandel.
Okay.
I filled it to the top, so I
Okay.
didn't want to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna be done that soon. Okay.
We'll have to take a break and open
Huh?
the other. We'll have to take a break and open up the other bottle.
Yeah, I have no break music to take with, so We'll figure it out.
plenty of.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That mic is strong enough, it's picking up everything, so we're good.
Awesome.
And where am I at? Oh, here I am. Is that a different jacket?
This?
Yeah. Huh?
It's the same jacket.
That's okay.
Is this? What?
I thought you changed jackets.
Nah.
I thought you changed
I'm
jackets.
giving different. I'm serving different looks, Kenny.
It's a thing.
Yeah, well, you know.
Isn't that a good thing?
So yeah, we're gonna be starting our podcast shortly. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to ask them on the comment section, and we will get to as many questions as we can. Thoughts from the Lair is brought to you by Words Out Productions, and we are going to try to do this every other week. We do a podcast in the art gallery. We are at the Lair Art Gallery, 916 White Horse Pike in Oakland, New Jersey. and we will be doing this podcast every other week where we have a new artist come in, and we will talk to that artist, and we will ask questions of that artist, and just have a good time. Sit back. If you're here, this is BYOB. We have a place for audience to sit and take part. So it's a BYOB here. So we have our wine here. Cheers. We need to get better glasses for the wine.
I
Yeah.
have
In
it,
the
however,
future.
it won't give us the amount.
I'm going to bring my
wine we need.
Batman, my
Too
big
much
Batman
pouring.
thing here. Okay.
It'll be more pouring than
Yeah, but
this will-
but
We can do
But-
some
with no further ado,
mason jars.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our
Mason
host.
jars.
I am the co-host. I'm going to introduce our host, Asia, and she's going to lead off with all the questions. We're looking for artists. You can come down. You can be part of our live audience, and also we're looking for artists that you can come and sit on our podcast and be a part of Thoughts from the Lair. Come down to the gallery right now. Exhibit A has her stuff all around the walls. So I'm gonna shut up. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. You're good. He was kicking it off. An exhibit hey, going live over here. All right. So, like he said, my name is Asia. Right now, I don't have a stage name. I'm working on it. We may come
Asia's
up
a
to
good name.
one, but
Asia's a good name.
right now, I like Asia. So
Asia's
we're
a
gonna
good
go with
name.
that. You know.
Asia's like that's a good name to stick with. Your name is Asia. You're gonna stick with Asia. Asia's a good name.
Exactly. You know. So that's what we're gonna do. Maybe Miss Asia if you need to, but it's nothing like that. But
Miss
anyway,
Asia, if you're nasty.
Janet
Jackson is on tour. I just
See,
want to throw that out there.
that's
I know.
important information though.
I would love to see her on tour.
Yeah, that would be so dope. Oh,
And I'm sure she would love to see me because the
I was
first
gonna say
time
that.
Janet Jackson puts her eyes on me,
Yeah,
it's gonna be like love at first sight.
that connection. is
Magical.
there. I already know.
magical.
He's been talking about how, he's just a chick magnet. He needs the repellent at this point. You just need spray. My mom always says spray your Pam before going outside.
Yeah.
It's your people repellent.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
You
never
need
heard
to
of
spray
that.
it extra. Yeah. No, I think she came up with it, but I like it.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Right.
Shout out
Spray
to
your
mom.
Pam.
Yeah.
Spray
I
your Pam. Every
use
day.
I use Black Panther cologne.
So this is the other thing, guys. So Kenny enjoys Marvel. Kenny enjoys Marvel, and so
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that. I enjoy Marvel.
I love Marvel.
I feel like they're making some characters up, but we're not gonna go there. Let's get back to what
Right,
we were talking
right.
about.
I'm cracking up, but that was I like where we went with that. So anyway, this is Thoughts from the Lair, as Kenny mentioned. And I have here Alicia, aka Exhibit A. Come on. Your name is so fire.
Thank you so much. We were out yesterday at Camden Fireworks.
Yes.
It was really dope. Women's Work art gallery.
Yes.
And when I told somebody my name twice, they were like, "That's really dope.
Yep.
That's actually really dope." So I enjoy
Yep.
it. And somebody actually gave it to me. I did not come up with it by myself. Yes, actually a friend from college. Shout out Promo. She gave it to me, yeah. And I've been rocking with it ever since. And I added the art design part because
Okay.
I thought that I was gonna make it into a company, but now it's just a movement.
I like that. That is dope. I didn't know that. I really thought you made it up. So
Oh,
I'm glad
no.
that you
Yeah.
we're like that's where your name came from because I didn't even think to ask. That's so cool. Are you still you guys are still cool?
Yeah,
Friends?
shout out Promo, shout out Promo.
Hey, yes, I love that. So, just so I'm gonna give a quick synopsis about you, and then I want you to share a little bit about yourself because I think you do it best. So, Alicia is a licensed social worker, and she is dedicated to mental health and healing and wellness through creative art therapy. She does art, like he said, it's all over. She writes, she does poetry. she's just amazing. She's a queen. She's a goddess. So with no more being said, I'm gonna just let her go ahead and introduce herself and just give a little bit more background on what she does and how she shares her light with the community.
What's going on, y'all? Exhibit A with Exhibit A Art Design. I am, yes, as Asia said, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I actually started my private practice coming up on a year ago. I started this practice because I am very committed to bringing people together, much like Kenny is he's our lock, like he's our rock for things that connect others, connect the people that need to be connected. So I like to provide safe spaces for that. So what I like to do is bring out all my arts and crafts, my paints. Creative arts therapy is not just about drawing and painting. It can be, expressive therapy, movement, poetry, as we were talking about, theater. It's pretty much anything you get creative with, that you express yourself with. And my company is looking to enhance and advance community mental wealth. And I'm going to coin that as well. It's going to be trademarked very soon.
I love that. Community mental wealth.
Community mental wealth.
Okay.
Wealth with a W. It's WHEALTH. Mental wealth. Yeah, so you're wealthy.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I see that. Yeah. Okay.
That is dope.
Oh, nice.
That is dope. I really like that.
Yeah.
Look at you. With the pinky up. You better do it, girl. Like Kenny said, though, if y'all have any questions or anything, just keep them. We're going to come back to them so we can go over them with Alicia at some point. But no, we're definitely going to get more into like specifically, what you do and how you help everyone.
Thank y'all.
So to kind of just start things off, like you said, I know you're big in mental health and mental wellness. And one of the things that Exhibit A and Alicia and I have talked about was how, she's big on gun violence as well. However, I just wanted to ask you, like, what are other social issues that drive you as an artist? I know we just went to that art gallery the other day, and that was about women and gender and domestication and kind of how women fit in society in that way. So art is really driven a lot by societal norms and societal issues and things that are going on. So what are some things that drive you as an artist?
Yeah, we are still, I feel like, coming out of the pandemic. I keep on saying that.
Yeah.
And I think yesterday, just experiencing other people, not only the artwork, because the artwork for me it wasn't just painting, it was textile work. So that was the other kind of, I feel like, nuanced turn to the gallery, was that we actually saw people creating from wooden boards, staplers, and mesh. Like it was some really creative things made out of yarn. It was really, really dope how they crafted and had the ideas to craft some of this work. Far away from the conversation that we were having, but also on topic, because I feel like when we were out there, we were having conversations with people and things were coming up and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of weird. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just trying to get this across. I don't know really how to say it. And that's a really big thing for me.
Yeah.
I create because sometimes I don't have the words to say. And that kind of comes through in my poetry as well. As these are the words that I wanted to say to people, and I didn't have the words at that moment in time to say it. And so I wrote it down really quickly when it actually came to me, and then I can share it afterwards, and kind of have a reflection afterwards. But my art, is really that in a physical form. Sometimes I don't have the words to be able to say, hey, I'm kind of feeling upset, or I really don't like how Black women are treated when we go out into society. I don't like how men are looked at as so dangerous. You can't just be soft and be yourself. Shout out to Lindo. Yes. I think that it's important for us to also know that we're all creatives. Like we are all able to create something. We all create something. So that's why I do what I do.
I get that.
That makes
No, that makes sense. And so basically, you feel like art gives you a better way to articulate the things that you're feeling, whether that be pain, joy, or kind of things that you're seeing going on in the world? That's
And
dope.
definitely like I feel like art is a funny way of making things that are very hard to digestible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where some of my artwork when it comes to gun violence came in. You know, I knew that this is something that is hard. It's very hard. People have lost, you know, family members, even people that are right there in their home, you know, or maybe even witnessed it and they didn't actually, you know, have any connection to the person. But it affects all of us. So just getting the word out there, getting conversations started, and also getting it for those that don't have the words to say. You know, maybe we can put the visual out there, and then those that have the words can come through and give it to us. You know, or support us with that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and it's actually a really good segue because my next question was going to be on gun health. And how gun violence, I'm sorry, and how art can be an outlet for the pain that kind of is in our community due to that, you know. I mean, I'm sure, like, obviously, you know, you can write, you can, like, there's all these different things that you could do, but like, could maybe, you know, being as though you do art therapy and you do art yourself, like, what are some ways that you feel like, you know, you can use art to kind of just get your pain out there due to gun violence and things like that?
Shout out to, I know I keep on shouting people out.
Yeah, I love it.
Shout out as many people as you want to shout out, girl.
Because it's,
Go
you
right
know,
ahead.
we are a community, and that's essentially what it is that I'm doing. Is I want to be able to say, like, oh, do you know this person? Do you know this person? So that everybody gets connected with that needs to be connected. Zarina Lomax is a phenomenal resource in Philadelphia. She actually highlights it's an art gallery, a traveling art gallery called the Epilogues, and it is a series of artists that are coming together to showcase stories of those that have been killed or families that have been subjected to gun violence. So these galleries have been in City Hall. She's taken them across can't wait for this. Taking them across the nation, and it's just giving a voice to the people that have been forgotten. You know what I mean? And then also for that person to see their loved one in a different light, for other people to be able to rejoice with that person, you know, without even knowing them. You know, it's a different way to explore and express. I am a artist for the Revive local paper. It's out of Germantown, but it goes all over Philadelphia and over here in New Jersey, wherever I take it. But Revive local paper was actually the first paper that I put out my gun violence work. And it's actually hanging right over there. My piece was for after George Floyd was killed. I wanted to highlight just the different levels of like how we see the police. And maybe that is a reason why we have gun violence and in a way. You know, that's not the whole piece, but it's an aspect of it. And just like how we might be able to explore each other, you know, in how we view those things so that we can all be on the same page. Or, you know, if maybe we have questions about, you know, I really don't like the police because I just don't mess with them, or I don't know what they do, you know. People might have these stereotypes, these biases, and they don't even know it, you know, because of where they live or because of how they've experienced the police in their own life. But long story short, I feel like the newspaper was how I really first got into exploring gun violence and how to express myself when it came to feeling some type of way, even though I did not have someone that passed away due to a gun at that moment in time. Fast forward, shout out to Revive POC, Revive Radio, Revive Media. I am the executive producer of Numb to Normalcy and The Notepad. They're both documentaries on gun violence in the city of Philadelphia. And they give two different perspectives. The Notepad is actually a musical documentary, and Numb to Normalcy is actually kind of like an interview documentary style of how CCP students, Community College Philadelphia students, view gun violence in their areas, their zip codes.
Mhm.
And they would talk about their prospective zip codes, how gun violence affects them as students and as they've seen it in their community, and then also how they're going to make change in the world.
Mhm.
So, trying to think of what else. Oh, that's why I brought it up. It's because the notepad actually, if anybody knows, shout out to Young Cash Capri. I feel like I keep on shouting people out.
I know that.
Young Cash Capri.
It's the shout out show. It's the shout out show.
If y'all
Just shout them out.
If
Shout
y'all
out.
got
In the comment, if you're listening, in the comment section, just put down who you want us to
Shout
shout out.
If I know you and you're doing something in my life, I'm gonna shout you out. Like
Period.
it's a thing. So the musical documentary actually highlighted Young Cash Capri. He is a Philadelphia artist who did the No Corvette. I don't know if you guys know that song,
Yeah.
but Leak is actually his brother. He's hanging up there. I actually did a picture of him. He was a part of our documentary in that he came and he sat with Young Cash Capri while we were doing the documentary, and he's in the background of the documentary bopping while he's singing and while everybody else is singing, and they're all doing original pieces as well as one piece that kind of spoke to gun violence or getting the word out about
And right
gun
now,
violence.
I want to say
Yeah.
we're in Oakland, New Jersey, and South Jersey. If you want to see some of these pieces, the new artist is coming in when.
Yes, new artist is coming tomorrow, Anthony
Okay.
Johnson.
So Anthony Johnson's coming in tomorrow.
Yes.
But in the meantime, you will have a small showing
Yes.
in that corner over there. So some of Exhibit A's things will be shown. Like I said, Lair Gallery, Oakland, New Jersey, 916 White Horse Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Gotta come check her out.
Thank you. But yeah, the notepad, when he was in the background of the documentary, actually 48 hours after that, he was playing around with a gun in his brother's home, and he actually shot himself and he died. So it was just crazy that we're out here recording about gun violence and not even literally 48 hours afterwards.
Wow.
You know, so still get chills to this day for that reason, because it's like you never know.
Right.
You know what I mean? You never know. And I'm sure that it's not the first time you picked up the gun, you know, or if it was, you know,
wow.
whatever the case may be. But I think it's important for us to just be knowledgeable. And I think that it's funny that you said gun health,
Yeah.
because I think it's important for us to
That's important too.
you know, be knowledgeable of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's ignorant for us to say that people are not going to have guns.
Yeah.
Right.
Moving forward.
I have a friend who grew up in towards the South,
Mhm.
and she was saying how they taught her how to use a gun.
Mhm.
So she knew at an early age, she
Right.
knew it wasn't a toy.
Mhm.
At an early age, she knew how to use a gun, and it
Right.
wasn't a toy. So, you know, I think she even said like she's against giving kids toy guns
Yeah.
until they actually know what a gun is.
Really
Right.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
they're just going to be
so-
swinging it around.
I agree.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's what they, I mean, I won't say you. Children tend to explore things and be curious about things, but they also will experience them as you
Yes.
give
Yeah.
it to them, right?
Well, it was
In
just a
some
story
ways.
last week about was it a kid that shot another kid playing with the uncle's gun in a house. It was like a 10-year-old kid shot a 9-year-old kid,
Wow.
and they found he hit the gun, and they're not pressing charges because he hit the gun.
no. He
And
hit it.
He hit it.
And why aren't they pressing charges? Because he hit it.
They're not because he hit it. So he didn't leave the gun out
I
for
feel
the
like
kids.
I feel like
And the
that's
kids
a
went in the
little
basement.
backwards,
The kids went in the basement and got the gun, and one of them are dead. So
I'm concerned and confused.
Yeah. Why didn't he have it locked up?
yeah,
Like
he didn't have it locked up because I think he was cleaning it or something like that. But he hit it, and the kids knew that they weren't supposed to touch this gun, and they knew when they weren't supposed to do this X, Y, and Z, go to a certain area in the basement. They did it anyway, and you know, kids are all in here because of it.
True.
Yeah.
I understand
that's a
now. I
shame.
thought that the kid hit it after he shot the other kid.
Right. That's how he was making it seem at first. Yeah. No, the
That was a
guy,
lot,
the
but
owner of the gun
yes,
hit it.
yes.
Yes.
Understood. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, that That is a wild story.
It is. And then I mean, it's now weeks later, but I mean months later actually. The boy that shot his mom over not getting him
The video,
Roblox.
yeah.
I don't even know if it's Roblox, y'all, but
Whatever.
I'm just saying Roblox because I literally have seen it happen. I'm not joking with you. I have been in a situation where it was a mental health crisis because they took the phone, they took the Xbox or the electronic system, which
Right.
they play with their friends, or like it's not even outside anymore.
Yeah.
You know how you used to get mad when people shut you down from going outside. Your parents were like, "Yeah, you can't go outside." You're like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Mm-mm.
it's not the same now.
Yeah. Do you think it maybe have something to do with kids also being desensitized to violence than maybe like we were when we were younger? I mean, between the news, video games, TV.
I will say there is some desensitization in that if someone were to hear about someone getting shot, it's not something like for
Hitting them
everybody.
so
You know what I
hard.
mean? It's not hitting them as hard nowadays. But if someone were to say see someone in Oakland get shot,
Yeah.
Right.
they're like, and we're
no.
over in Germantown and Philly, like we're in North Philly, we're in
It's
West.
nothing.
No,
Yeah.
It
coming.
depends on your society and your surroundings.
Yeah. And also those people are not in shock. Like,
Right.
oh snap, that happened again. Like, okay, now I'm gonna go stay inside for a couple
Like,
more days.
some
Right.
people sitting there like, it's about time somebody shot his ass.
And,
You know,
and that,
yeah,
and
that
that,
too, you know?
and that, right. Like we got a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think-
shot him years ago.
I cannot.
What?
So I think that, as much as it's desensitization, I think it's like also instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now. And,
Yeah.
And then also like moves to the next thing. I feel like we had to sit with George Floyd. We had to sit with, man, now I can't remember that little boy's name. What's the little boy's name that shot up at school and he was crying? Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You know what I'm
I know
talking
you're
about.
talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
But it's moments like that. Like we have to sit with those and we're like, okay.
The guy who broke down in court when they gave him his sentence, and he, I'm like, what you do when you pull a gun on people and you killed a bunch of people? That doesn't going to happen.
Apparently, that's not a thing. Apparently,
He thought there wasn't going to be any. Well, that's just the thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was a time too, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody was outside with a gun,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, I'm like everybody else.
Well,
Catch
here's-
me or no?"
Here's the thing. I have this conversation.
Not the or not.
I have a conversation with a few friends of mine.
Yes.
And me being someone who has grown kids and someone who has grandkids, it's and I know you hear older people say this. Oh, it's different from when I was.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be consequences
Yeah.
for the violence. So this kid is like crying in court. He shot up a school,
Mhm.
and he's shocked that he got this verdict.
Right.
He's crying in court. And he's all in tears and everything because he's got to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't think that was going to happen because he didn't know the consequences
Yeah.
of doing X, Y, and Z. Then I was going to say you're crazy, and okay, he was crazy. It's a mental health thing.
Right.
He was, let's just put him in here. No, you willingly went in there, you premeditated, killed a bunch of kids, and this is the consequences of that. But in the video game, there's no consequences. And the way parents are raising their kids today, there's no consequences.
Well, I mean, also let's look at the system in which we live in. Even though there are consequences for some, there are not consequences for all.
Right, yes.
There are not.
Because in this case, you had a young white kid who didn't think he was going to get those consequences, as who's a young man who went to jail and wound up killing himself, and he had a backpack that they thought he stole. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I
Jay-Z did the documentary on him.
Yes.
Yeah. So
didn't do
you have
it,
somebody
right,
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
There's a young black kid in the city who goes to jail with hardened criminals for something he didn't even do.
Mhm.
Over a backpack, gets out of jail, and it's so traumatic he winds up killing himself.
Mhm.
As opposed to this young white kid who shoots up a school, and the first argument you get is, "Oh, he's just crazy," or he just has mental health issues. or things like that. And then he doesn't get off on that. Now he's like, I gotta go to jail. There's consequences.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to go to jail.
And honestly, I feel like I'm not gonna go into too much on that because I feel like that's sometimes I can get into the unethical bag.
Right.
I don't want to be seen as unethical,
Yes.
but being a professional. But
Politically correct.
I do feel like it is it's important for us to pay attention to what are the final consequences, because we, you know, it's media. We're always looking for like what is majority rule, or like what do we want as a people, you know what I mean? Like we're looking for that outcome to come. But then it's also like, well, what is the law? What is the system? What are we supposed to be doing? And normally we get away from that too. And then, you know,
because
I feel like there's just so many factors in it.
Yeah,
Right.
the law for some people don't
So
apply
many
to
layers.
others.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially when you talk about gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because when you talk about gun violence also, you know, a lot of southern states like Florida has the stand your ground rule,
Mm-hmm.
which enables people to get away with gun violence on a different level, because now I can shoot you
Mm-hmm.
and say I'm standing my ground, and it's legal that you're dead.
Right.
And I don't have any consequences for it, because I have a gun now and I can stand my ground. That is the thing. It's like the woman who, the young black woman who was married and shot in the air at her husband
Mm.
and still got
Went to
time
jail.
because went to jail because it was still she was in Florida. She claimed stand your ground, but because she shot in the air
Instead of shooting at him.
at him, she went to jail.
That's ridiculous. So
She's been out.
She
She's
should
out
have
now.
shot at him.
Because they protested enough to
Yeah,
get her
because
out.
that was
She
just a
should have
warning
shot.
shot.
Yeah, she shot.
I gave you
the
a
thing
warning
is-
shot.
thing is, she left.
That's what
He was
that
being
Yeah.
abusive. He was being abusive, and she left the house.
Mm.
Then she went back to the house, I think, to get her car or something like that.
See, that was
And then when she went back into the house to
I'm
get
seeing
something,
I'm
get
seeing
a car,
J Lo
bottle.
enough right now
oh my
happening.
gosh, we need to watch that.
Okay.
That's a throwback.
Period.
No, I'm not
that's
watching.
that's the movie.
Enough is so good.
That's
No,
everything.
It's so good.
Okay.
When she gets to that moment, you're like,
Yeah, you like you trained for this.
I'm
Girl.
sorry.
Are there any J-Lo nude scenes in that movie?
Is there any J-Lo what?
Nude scenes in that movie, yeah.
No.
Then there's
Yeah.
no need for me to watch this movie. Look,
Oh, there's probably more nude scenes in like, what is she in? The marriage planner, the wedding planner.
yeah.
There's probably more nude scenes than that.
No, I'm good. J-Lo's not my type.
I am
Oh,
cracking
goodness.
up. But no, I think you guys touch on some really, really key points on just like the layers and the levels that come with this whole gun violence and gun health, and all the different things and aspects. And I think kind of going back to what you said, how the different viewpoints on police and violence in the different communities is really key. And you kind of bring it up when you were talking about the South. I know I just came back from Atlanta a few months ago, and I was down there with my family, and they were, you know, it's just so common to have guns. And I was just like, I remember I was like going out, I was like, oh, like, you know, does stuff go down like when y'all go out? And he was like, I mean, you know, not really, because everybody knows everybody has guns. So
Everybody's strapped.
he was
You're
like,
not
who's
playing
Everybody
these
got
games.
guns.
yeah, like who's gonna start something,
Yeah,
because they
I'm
know
gonna
that
tell you.
it could possibly end very badly for everyone. So
For
why would you
everyone.
want to try to, you know,
My-
shoot a club up? Like, you know, it's not as common over there
My
to start
family,
fights like that. So
my
yeah.
family, my sister, my mother, my father, they all live in North Carolina,
Oh.
30 miles west of Charlotte. And I went down there a year ago. So my dad got kind of sick last May. And I went there, not last May, but in 2021 May. And I was down there, and we were going to the hospital. We're traveling different places and all of that. And you know me, I have all my Black Lives Matter gear and all my different Black Lives Matter
Mhm.
sayings on shirts, you know. And my mom and dad are like, you know, North Carolina is an open carry state, right?
Yep.
And you walk around, and I noticed no other black people had like Black Lives Matter things on or different sayings on their shirts and everything. When I walk through the Walmart, other black people look at me like,
Wow.
Who is
and there's
that?
some black people like, oh, I really like this. Like they've never seen a shirt like that before.
Right.
I really like your shirt. That shirt's really nice.
Right.
Oh man, that shirt, you tell it, brother.
Right, because they're not
You go
used to
get
seeing
shot.
it.
You go get
It's
shot.
not me.
Yeah.
I love to
You
see
go
you
get-
do it,
Yeah.
but not
I
me.
love
He
to
got
see
shit
you
on.
do
Yeah,
it.
And
that's
then,
it. Not it
when I
there.
met my cousin, because we got a lot of family down there. I met my cousin in Applebee's. And I had my shirt on that said something like a black king is the most dangerous piece on the chest, something like that.
Right.
I had this shirt, and I'm, you know me, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious in the bar.
Yes.
We're sitting at the bar in Applebee's. By the time I'm leaving, I got the whole bar in those same
Turn to you.
conversation,
Mhm.
talking to
I
each
believe
other.
it. I believe it wholeheartedly.
And this one guy did not join in the conversation. This one white guy, and he just was staring. And then he left. And my cousin's like, sit here.
Right.
and
You
do
know,
not
check the
move.
parking lot. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's what they told me.
yeah.
They will go out to that trunk.
Yeah, that's what he said. I said, I want to make sure that he was actually leaving.
Right.
He didn't
Top
do anything to
the
our cars.
Right.
Because he was staring really hard, and you got that shirt on, and I didn't know if I had to pull my gun out of my trunk. And I'm like, you got a gun? Yeah, I got a gun. We all got guns. I'm like, man.
Just giving
Look,
everybody
no one
gun
told me.
anxiety.
No one
Yeah, we
told
were
me.
bringing a gun.
I'm walking around North
I know
Carolina.
I'm not strapped. Y'all
Gunless.
is strapped.
Come
I'm
on now.
Look, I'm walking around North Carolina like a Black Panther, power to the people.
And
my mama
talking about
like,
Wakanda with
you
no
know-
gun.
You know this is an open carry state, right?
What you were doing was protesting. That's what you were doing
Yes.
with that shirt on, okay? You were out
Right.
riding. as
I was the only one in North
as
Carolina.
Cat Williams
I was the
said.
only one in Statesville, North
Outside
Carolina
riding.
protesting, okay?
Oh,
And everybody else
God.
looking at me
Causing a
like,
disturbance.
nice shirt.
OMG. I am cracking up. They all knew you.
Matter of fact,
Yes.
the next year at the Juneteenth festival, my sister put up a table, and
He said everybody needs guns for protection.
That's what someone said.
Yeah.
Yes.
my sister put up
I love that.
a Black Lives. She put up a table at the Juneteenth, and she had Black Lives Matter shirts, and she had Juneteenth shirts, and she had dashikis. The dashikis
you
and the
told me.
Juneteenth shirts, they all sold out.
Right.
My sister stuck with all these Black Lives Matter shirts.
Oh.
They won't
That's
wear them
not-
down there.
Because I was about to say, like, I feel like that's not their
Yeah.
not their fight. Like, if they're gonna fight,
Yeah.
they're shooting people. Like,
Yeah.
Period.
they're
Like,
just going to.
I mean,
end it
they've
like
been
But in
that.
training for
DC,
this.
but when I went last time I went to DC,
Yeah.
last year, Faith, Tamika, and I, and somebody else, we all went to DC for a poetry thing, and there was a lot of Black
Busboys and
Lives
Poets.
Matter.
Okay.
Just throwing that out
Just
there.
quick plug.
What?
Was Busboys and Poets? Was it Busboys and Poets, or you went somewhere else?
No, somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay.
'Cause I know you went. But
Yeah, I went there. Yeah. But there was a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff in DC.
That's not the South.
I know, but
It's
To us, it's South.
No,
No.
I feel
because
like
we're in New
like,
Jersey.
Maryland.
Like we're in
and
South.
correct me
We're in the
if I'm wrong.
South. We're in South Jersey.
We're in South Jersey.
We're not the South.
South
We
Jersey.
are not the South.
I am cracking up.
Anybody that thinks we are the South.
We are not the South.
South
We
Jersey.
are North. No. With South Jersey is something.
Get a
by
compass.
itself. It's something by itself.
Yeah.
We
I'm
can
a
take
little
break.
salty too because I'm out of wine,
I was gonna say.
and all there is a Chardonnay.
I know.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have.
I brought you 2 cups, Kenny. Like I thought I was doing something, guys. It's the rest of the bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to take a break. Apparently.
No, we don't got to take no break. I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
we'll
I'm
do
good.
an intermission and a quick point
I'm
five.
not doing intermission.
Somebody said they don't know how to fight anymore. People are scared to fight, and that's why they got guns.
Period. But see, when I
I
was in
feel it,
Atlanta, that's what my family was saying. It was like
Now,
no one fights anymore. They'd be like, "Yo, I got this gun for you, homie." Period. Like this, nobody knows how to fight. Even the young
Right.
guys, they're not even about that life
Now,
at all.
okay,
There's no.
now-
Do you want these hands anymore?
you can
Period.
tell the people too, if they're on your channel looking, that's great. But if you want to comment that we can all see it, we're
I
on Words
forgot.
Out Production
Oh,
on Facebook,
On Facebook.
and we're on Kenny KP Walker on YouTube and Facebook.
Perfect. Kenny KP Walker.
That way you can leave a comment in there and we can all see it, and then we can answer it.
Yeah, you gotta
And
be
you
in
can
that
have any
lane.
questions that you have and whatnot. Now, let me ask you a question.
No,
Can I
go
ask you a question?
ahead. Go
Let
ahead.
me ask you a question about something.
You can comment some more. if you
As
want.
far as gun violence, as far as gun violence
Yes.
and mental health,
Yes.
the after effects
After effects.
of gun violence and mental health.
Yes.
After there's a gun violence and somebody either lives or dies from that,
Yeah.
and there's family left over, that person that was shot. Since you deal in mental health, how do we deal with that part of it? Because that the after effects, that's to me, that seems like that's the bread and butter. Because it can happen, but then after it happens, you still have to live with it.
Yeah, you're stressed a lot. You're stretched a lot. Like, I feel like, first of all, we're going to talk about the stages of grief.
Yeah.
There are 5 stages of grief. I'm terrible with quoting them. Anger, bargaining, denial. Dang it, guys.
I got you.
Just 2.
Denial, anger, bargaining, depression,
Depression,
acceptance.
Acceptance.
See, that's.
I would
that's
tell you.
what it is.
I'm side note. I'm going totally off track here.
Yes.
There's a movie
Yes.
called All That Jazz.
Okay.
It's a musical.
Yes.
And it's a dancing thing.
Yes.
But they say all 5 stages, and they go through all 5 stages of.
That's beautiful.
Actually, it's the
Really?
5 stages. Actually, it's the 5 stages of death.
Okay.
It is
That's
anger,
fine.
denial, depression. What were the other 2? Whatever you said.
It's
Yeah.
grief, loss,
Bargaining,
death, all
depression,
of it.
acceptance.
It's in the
Okay.
box.
Yes.
In the box. But yeah, it's good. Live. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, we gotta catch up. So those stages are stages in that you don't have to go through each one to get to the other one. Like, and you can go through them all, you know, get all the way to acceptance, because it is in an order for you to go through each process, but you don't have to do it in order.
Right.
Like, you can go from acceptance to denial, you know, just because something happened that you're experiencing outside, or maybe you're just not dealing with it appropriately, you know.
Yeah.
So what I would say, one, if you don't have a therapist, go grab one. Creative arts therapy is something I feel like is a little bit different than regular talk therapy. It is an enhancement of traditional talk therapy in that you're doing something more than just talking. Like, yes, you do need that. You need to process it. You need to see why you're feeling that way, and maybe talk about some things that people aren't bringing up, because the other thing is, like, nobody knows what to say to people that are going through grief, right? You don't know, like, oh, it's gonna be okay, or you'll get through this.
Oh, they're in a better place.
Yeah, they're in a better place. Like, no,
they're good here.
Like, they were good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, you know, it's a matter of having someone to talk to. I don't think that it has to be a therapist. I feel like it could be a mentor. I feel like it can be somebody at your church, somebody at your school, you know. It could even be a child. If you guys don't know about this is oh man, it's gonna leave my mind. It's this show that they interview kids, and then the kids interview kids, and then the kids interview other people, and they have this one where the kids are couples therapists. Like, the couples come in, they talk to the kid on screen, and the kid's like 6 or 7. It's great.
Really?
It's fantastic.
Wow.
It's the best. And they're like, well, I think you should just be nicer to each other. Like, legit is like that simple. And legit, we make it that hard, people. We do. We complicate things a lot with our minds. We have our beautiful minds. And, you know, if you really think about how kids process things,
Simplistic.
I mean, it's not all the time great. We do need to use our brains sometimes, but I feel like with some things, we just think way too hard. We overthink, we overhaul. Like, it's just a matter of what our life is.
It's almost like I was literally just watching a comedian the other day, Neil Brennan, on Netflix. And he was doing, like, I think the Boys and Girls Club, whatever, something like that, where he was mentoring a child. And he was like telling the child how he was so overwhelmed with life, or whatever his issue was.
The kid.
It's to the kid. And the kid goes,
don't do that, y'all. Y'all burning these kids.
Right.
Y'all burning these kids.
I might not be completely telling it right,
no,
but
I'm joking.
Bottom line is, the kid goes back and comes back and says, so basically, you know, you are a pickle, but you're trying to be a cucumber, or like the other way around. And it was just like, he was like, but yeah, basically.
But I
You would be a
am.
cucumber trying to be a pickle. 'Cause
Yeah.
The pickle is after the cucumbers.
It was one
Yeah.
of the
One or
origins.
the
Just
other.
bottom line
I
is
like
you were
both of
trying,
them.
yeah,
Trying to be
either or
something
you're not.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the bottom line of it is. You're trying to be
Yes.
something you're not, you
Mhm.
know? And he was like, yeah, like, you know what? You're
Yeah.
right. And I
Yeah.
was like, when he said, I was like, it's so simple,
Yeah.
but like,
It
it takes
is.
a kid to just be able to break it down for you like that. So,
A kid explained anxiety to me the other day as it feels like I have a little heart.
ooh.
And I'm like, that is so like, I wish I thought of that.
Like,
But
right
I'm taking
on.
it. I appreciate you. I can't credit you, but I'm crediting you.
Yes.
But I thought that it was so profound because it's like anxiety is literally you telling yourself you can't breathe, you can't move, you can't do something, right? You're overwhelming yourself. So it was like they were explaining, I feel like I can't even make my heart go bigger. I can't make it breathe. I can't make my lungs expand. I can't make my thoughts about other things bigger.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have a small heart. Like
Damn, that's
I know.
deep.
Okay, now I have one more question before we wrap up soon.
yes.
I have a question. I just lost hypothetical.
Okay.
I
I was like,
I
Kenny, why would
did.
you drop this
No,
on
no,
air?
no. I just lost hypothetically.
Yes.
I just lost my best friend to
Mhm.
gun violence.
Mhm.
I'm having a hard time with it. This is my best friend in the
Your
world.
best
We're
friend.
like brothers.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time with it. And I come to you
Mhm.
for art therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through what happens next.
That's spicy. That's spicy, Kenny. I like that.
Mhm.
So first of all, thank you for starting your journey as far as, traveling into your healing. Thank you for coming because it's big of you for you to even get here.
Yeah.
I know that takes a lot. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what it is that you want to get out of our work together? Normally people would say like, oh, I just want to talk about what it is that we're doing, or I don't know what to talk about because I'm just so angry. Okay, well, if you're angry, what are you angry about? Anger is an umbrella emotion, by the way. If you're feeling angry, you're probably feeling something else, so you can do some little bit more research to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
If you need some help, there's plenty of resources online and
Okay.
with physical resources as well. But yeah, I would talk to them about what it is that they want to do and how they want to start off. And then we would go into what they like to create. I have thousands of activities at my office, from paper mache to clay to acrylic oil pastels, watercolor. We have yoga mats. There's machines for you to work out with. Like, it's tons of stuff for you to just express yourself. But the goal is for you to actually express yourself and get something out before you leave the session. So after creating or during creating, is when I would talk to them. That's usually talk therapy is like, you come in, you say, I'm mad. And the person says, okay, why are you mad? And they'd be like, I'm mad because of this. And you'd be like, okay, well, maybe you should do this. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go home. And you do it or you don't. You know, it can be like that. But I feel like therapy really is supposed to be about guidance.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about providing you some type of clarity or some type of next step.
Yeah.
For you to feel like you're not just stuck in that place, because you're not just stuck. You're not stuck. It can feel like that, but it's a matter of you coming out of the space of I don't know why this happened. You know, and I think that's a really big space for people when tragedies like this happen. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, why? We always want to answer the question why. Because it makes us feel more comfortable with what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then we would schedule for the next time.
Right. And I think it's so dope how you mentioned that, because it's kind of like with the art therapy, I feel like, as opposed to just regular talk therapy, you kind of just get sucked into like, all right, like you said, this monotonous moment. But with the art therapy, you get to create something that basically gets to replace a dark memory with now something a little bit more positive, something
Yeah.
that now that you have created, like,
Yeah.
and you've given life to something, you know? So
Exactly.
as opposed to you just sitting here like, which is fine if all you want to do is talk, because
Right.
I've done that too, but
So
it's totally fine. But at the
Yeah.
same time, as if you can replace a dark time or some dark memories with something that you're positively creating to like
Yeah.
work through something, it kind of can replace those memories with something a little
Mhm.
bit better. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So when you go back to that dark time, maybe you're not thinking about, oh, they got shot, but more so look at the healing that came of
Mhm.
that moment type of thing,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely that. And I think also like if you're going to go through the process, one, have grace with yourself.
Yeah.
Because you might not get through the process like everybody else,
Right.
you know. And then dang, I forgot my second point.
Well, I think you made a good point too, as far as
silence.
things being like even the stages of grief and it going.
Definitely.
You may not be going in the same. It may not go in the direction that you think. You may
Right.
have to go back. May have to go forward.
Mhm.
So
it's all a process. And I wrote something down today that I want to bring to fruition for the workshop that I have
Mhm.
coming up, which is not in February. It's actually in March. But we're going to talk about that later. There's a difference between your process and your progress versus production. And I forgot the other P word. Darn it. Progress versus is progress and the process versus production. Like your life is a production. You get up, you're like, oh my God, what do I got to do today? Right?
Mhm.
You're looking at all of your to-do lists. You're like, okay, yeah, that's not getting done. I'm going to just move on to something else. Right. And then, but you come back to it because you know that it actually does need to get done. And maybe you give yourself a little bit of negative feedback for not doing it.
Mhm.
Bringing it back around, I feel like we have to have grace in the space of processing and making progress versus making it a production, because it can be a lot, and it can be something that you feel like you have to go through this point to get through this point to get through this point, but you don't necessarily need a therapist to process your grief. You don't necessarily need a mentor to get to your next level, but it is helpful, to have somebody else to kind of like throw stuff out to it and digest it with. Much like here, it's been a really good time.
Yes.
Thank you for joining Thoughts of the Lair. We're going to do this every 2 weeks. Our next show, we don't know who our guests are going to be. We're going to try to have 2 at least. But our next podcast is going to be on Monday, January the 23rd.
Woo! 23. It's my year. It's my favorite number.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so January 23rd is going to be our
It's
next
a vibe.
one.
It's like the
With
vibe.
AJ as our host, me as a co-host, and we'll have another guest sitting here in the seat. And we'll probably try to have like a musical guest or something like that also.
Maybe they can sing.
Have some music
We're going to do a
going.
couple other things, and we're going to keep this thing going. So just let us know, even if you hear this on the playback, let us know what you think. Let us know what you like, and we're doing it as we go. So January 23rd, we'll be back at 8:30 to 9:30, and we're still talking to Exhibit A
Okay.
right now about her art therapy, and maybe we can get a poem out of her.
Yes.
See, I should have known.
I
should have known.
It's the kind of thing I do.
Kenny would say
I
that.
put people.
Don't y'all want to hear her?
I put
Every
people on the
time.
spot.
It's
Yes.
not even people.
Every-
Kenny has select few people that he's like, can I ask you? Can I talk
Not
to
even
you?
that quiet though. Not even that quiet. I don't know why you hit. There is no. There is hey.
Hey, you want to go? Do you want to go
You.
out there?
No,
on the
you.
microphone? No, I'm just joking.
It's not that bad.
It's all good.
It's not that
Maybe I
bad.
need to have I'm gonna have to stop going live, guys.
Oh,
You don't have to
really?
do it just yet.
Oh, okay.
You don't have
okay.
to do it just yet. So
You don't
you're
have to do
good.
it yet.
Yeah,
It's in my
yeah.
phone though, so I'm gonna have to stop the live in order to do it.
I love that. Well, yeah. Well,
See,
you
I'm
know
not
what?
as-
Then
I'm
you're
not
gonna
as
have to come
professional.
on the other side because we still got live on Facebook and YouTube, so like they can
Awesome,
always
Lair.
do that.
YouTube, Kenny P. Walker Jr. Right?
So,
Yep.
so we did a lot on that.
Or Words Out Productions.
Yeah. I'll let you type that in because
Well,
Hey.
on YouTube is Kenny KP Walker, spoken
Kenny
word
KP
artist.
Walker.
On Facebook is either Kenny KP Walker or KP Walker Jr. or Words Out Production.
I love it. Or it was like
Or,
it was
yeah.
ready.
You know, it's
See,
those,
but
it's
it's a
those,
thing.
it's those fries.
Oh, you didn't get her attention. I saw you.
I
Were
know. I
trying
was
to-
trying to get her. She was on the phone.
Oh, did you
I
want
was-
me to go? Well, see,
No.
the other thing is we have to open the bottle of wine, so we might have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, we're still here. We can't cut off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do that public service announcement one more time. And you-
I'm cracking up.
no, but seriously though, no, I don't know because all I had was those fries.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I need more food.
Oh,
Oh, we don't have any more food.
I know we don't have any more food.
We gotta think about that next time.
I know, yeah,
We'll
but
have
you know what?
snacks.
It doesn't matter. The Wawa is right down the street, so I can drink as much as I want. So I'll get a chance to eat from the Wawa.
Okay.
So if you're in the area, Oakland, New Jersey,
Come pick us up.
come hit us up, and on
Yes.
the way,
Come pick us up.
stop and get a large mac and cheese from Wawa.
I
If-
wouldn't be taken out to dinner if we could do that. That'd be great.
Yes.
I don't want Wawa.
There's plenty of spots around.
Look,
You know.
I don't want Wawa.
Posh.
You see how bougie women can get sometimes?
I am bougie.
All right.
Men are
Love
so- no.
yourself.
Men are very simple.
Treat yourself.
Men are very simple.
Treat yourself.
Love
I'll take
yourself.
Wawa. I'll take Wawa. Men are very simple. I'll take
Listen.
Wawa.
Listen, I have a podcast that's also called Grow with a Goddess. And I am very big on self-love, knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve. And as a woman, if you
Treat
decide I deserve to go out to dinner, baby, you deserve to go out to dinner. And that's what it is.
Who's
So
taking me?
period. You heard me.
It's 2023.
Um,
It's 2023.
make daddy a sandwich.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's not what we're
Make-
saying.
Y'all see my face?
Could you get daddy some wine?
I
No, Joe.
got you some wine.
Thank you.
I got you some wine.
I
got
need more
2
wine.
cups of
I
wine.
need more wine.
Well,
He's
I-
just
you
demanding.
know what? I can go
and
get my own wine.
demented.
No,
I
I
am
didn't say
demented.
that. I
am
didn't say
demented. I
that.
am demented. Okay.
See, oh, Penny,
I am.
I'll go get you.
No, it's okay. I'll get my own wine. I'm gonna leave.
You can't
Get
leave.
my own
No,
wine.
we're still
Because
doing
I can't leave. Get my own wine.
See, you know.
Y'all press the button, damn it.
No. All right, so
But
Kenny's
no,
not demented. He's
I am demented. I am
He's
demented. I'm
not.
very demented.
No,
I'm
that was
very
just a
demented.
joke, y'all. It rhymed
I'm
with
really
what
demented.
she was saying
Thank
at
you
the
guys for
time.
tuning in.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.
Kenny's gonna take a break or no?
Wine is needed. Yeah. it is
Yes.
Monday, wine is
We need
needed.
some wine. Just
Yes.
a quick pause.
I'm gonna go. You guys keep talking.
Kenny's gonna go.
Yeah,
we're-
Where are the rapid fire questions? I'm so ready. For
Oh, okay.
them. I'm so ready.
okay.
We need Kenny.
No, we don't need
Do you want to do rapid fire right now?
I don't know. I was just saying. I just knew.
You know what?
I knew that was coming, so
I
I
feel
was
like
like,
I'm getting warm.
it's the leather jacket. Do you see this? Do you guys see this? Do you see how like we're just outside today?
Yeah,
we're cute.
We
We're
did not play no
you know?
games. Leather, corduroy, like we came out
We
with the
just-
fabric.
We came out.
Okay, so
We're
like, what's
playing
good?
Prince. We're
Period.
playing Prince.
Prince and
outside.
texture.
Prince and texture. And you know, let me not smell on y'all
Okay.
like smell on y'all, but we're a little bit fancy today. Let me just
Okay.
real
Listen,
quick. I
yes,
got
catch the whole fit. She's showing
whole
off,
outfit,
y'all.
You know what I mean? Because we outside today.
I love that.
You see us.
Oh, you gotta see the back of the
This is
jackets.
exclusive.
Okay, I think they're okay. I feel like
Basque
y'all are missing.
Shiat. Basque Shiat.
Yo,
Yo,
you-
I'm sorry. I gotta.
It's alright. Turn around one more
change
time
it
for
right
him.
here. Basque Shiat.
Period, poo.
Mhm.
I love that.
Thank you so
I love
much.
that for
Thank
real.
you
That
so
is really a
much.
staple piece. That is
Yes,
staple.
yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I want to take my jacket off, but at the same time, it's
a
like
plan.
it's like almost like your comfort blanket too.
It is. It is. I think that's why I have the scarf here as well because we don't need the scarf.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh
it.
my god, I love a scarf. It's a comfort blanket again.
I feel like we should have like girl talk. We need to have girl talk.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Do y'all want that? I
Kenny's
mean,
almost coming.
It's almost like, oh, you know what? While he's doing that, I'm gonna pour up.
Oh,
Just
yes, can we?
let's do that. And I'm gonna come around so I'm not. Oh, y'all see my
Right? You
Yeah,
see it? Let's see what you got
got
going on. We have the camel.
No, I really
Yeah,
should try that.
Sunshine. It's fuzzy. We're
Wow.
giving olive. We're
I wish
giving
you tried
peach.
that.
Just a little,
You know,
we can do
ooh,
a
we're
cold
giving-
shoulder.
we're giving skin.
We can do a
We're
cold
giving Gabrielle
shoulder.
Union's
All right,
skin
um,
right here.
All right, now just doing your fashion show. Real quick.
We didn't even get
Um,
wine because
Liz.
it's not in front of the camera.
I
Come
know.
on, please, Liz.
Liz, yay! Woo! Special guest
Yes.
star, Liz.
The reason we all here and able to do this at the Lair,
Yes.
at the Lair Gallery. The reason we're all here
Yes.
at the Lair Gallery is
Woo!
Liz right here is the proprietor. She's the one that runs everything,
Yes.
goes everything,
Founder.
and
Women owned.
allows us to do our podcast from here.
Yes.
And a lot of other different things. We've done paint and sips, we've done open mics, the whole 9 yards. Let's hear it for Liz.
Yes.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers. Right.
I thought that was
Kenny's been sitting down for too long.
Cheers.
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 Very
Yeah.
important.
Then we gotta replay.
Let me have a-
Thank you. Shout out to Liz.
Shout
See?
out.
I didn't even get to do my last shout
More
out.
shout
out
outs.
to Liz. Shout out to Liz.
More shout outs.
How many people did I shout out? Like a shout out. That's all right.
I love a good shout
I
out.
thought it was, you
Shout
shout. I
out
thought it was a
to-
Steve Harvey morning show, man. You shout out so many people.
Oh my gosh, I want to be Steve Harvey for real, but like I don't like nobody to talk to me.
Listen, people want to talk to you already as you are. You know
Not
what I
that
mean?
way.
So
That's
Yeah.
sad. That's
it's always good to just be yourself,
Okay, so back to the podcast here.
Anybody?
Now that I've got my wine, I'm ready to
Did you
go.
know what that was from?
Yes.
Okay.
I always do song like in the middle of a conversation. It's like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. It's where my brain goes.
No,
But
I
yes,
get it.
we still did not get any wine, Kenny. You have wine,
Yeah.
and we don't
Yeah,
have wine.
look, make Daddy a sandwich. Nobody got me. I got to get my own wine.
So, guys, you've been here the whole time. You know that I went to go get Kenny 2 glasses of wine. When we sat down, he had 2 glasses.
I'm trying
Who
to
is
tell
making him a sandwich?
sandwich.
Who's making him a sandwich?
No
Thank you so much. I appreciate
problem. No
you.
I got the wine. I bought
Keep
the
going.
wine.
Add a little bit more. A little
Yeah,
splash.
yeah.
Your wine is right here at our table. My wine was all the way over, of course, in the other side of the room.
Because I had pre-poured your wine, Kenny.
I know, but the other that was
And
that
then-
was the new bottle.
And I said that. I said, should we bring
Got me
your
out here
bottle
like let the wine
over
out.
because it's not open yet, and you see how long it took you to come back over here.
I don't like that Chardonnay. That was the Chardonnay I got.
That is.
That you bought. Let's just make that.
I don't believe I
That's
bought.
what happened.
I don't believe I bought a twist open wine.
that part.
And you should because it's not bad. Okay. Because I feel like even the ones with corks in them are
Yeah.
not. You know what
True
I mean?
that.
Like
true
they're
that.
not.
Zippendale though, you can't go wrong with Zippendale.
I feel like you can.
I can't.
I completely
I'm a
agree.
little
I'm not a big Zinfandel either, but whatever,
I think
whatever,
It's sweet.
whatever
It's
gets you going. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To be
I like
honest, to be completely honest with you.
What are we looking for?
So
I lost my cork.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you move so quickly and you want to bring the entire bottle of wine over to the podcast.
No, I had it corked in
you're
there.
asking people to make you sandwiches, you be forgetting where your cork
Let me make
at.
Daddy a
Is that,
sandwich.
where is the cork
Yeah.
at? You have the wine bottle open right there.
Yeah, I know. The cork was on it.
All right, so what's the question, Kenny? What's the question? What's the next question?
All right, so we're gonna move on, and we're waiting on Exhibit A, but she's coming right back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You left it over there.
Um,
Look on the ground.
So we talked a lot about gun violence.
Is that the cork?
It is a cork. You left it over there. I'm telling you.
Okay.
We talked a lot about gun violence, so now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we talked about mental health as well. So that was kind of a good segue into what the next question is going to be about. And Kenny kind of brought it up was like, what if you having a certain issue and you need to go. How would this go? So my question is more so for people who have fears and hesitations around going to therapy. They're scared or they don't want to, or especially in our community,
Yes.
a lot of people are just against it for multiple different reasons.
Right.
Can you provide some insight onto getting, like, what are some of those fears, and what is stopping our people from going to therapy?
I would say when they get there, it has been, I haven't found the right person. I didn't know that there were Black therapists.
Yeah.
I did not think that you would understand me.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I could open up to people. Some of the things that I really feel like are headliners, I'll say, highlights of why people don't come to therapy is because it's a trusting relationship. Some of us are built for relationships. We are very well equipped to connect with people and to be able to express ourselves appropriately for other people to understand us.
And we understand what that comes with.
Right. You're going to anticipate, like, okay, this might be what they might respond with, or this is how they might react if I did this because they're upset or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You have ideas about therapy, and also like people feeling as though therapists are there to cure them. You know what I mean? Psychiatrists, even myself, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, so I'm technically able to prescribe medication.
Oh, wow.
But it's not something that I personally want to do.
Wow.
I don't feel as though we have to rely on medications all the time. I do feel like it's necessary for some people because they just have gotten so far gone that their body physically does not have the chemicals in order to fight back some of the things that we need to. Our system, our immune system, our emotional health, they're all connected. And so if we're medically, we're physically seeing some ailments, sometimes it's a good idea to step back and ask yourself, well, am I stressed out? Like, do I need to talk to somebody?
Now that you say that, I have a question.
Yeah.
Where I'm going, for the sake of the podcast, and for the sake of getting an honest answer, I'm going to put myself out there.
I feel like he's just doing this in general.
Why?
Because I feel like you would just say it in general, but go ahead.
No.
I'm now scared.
Okay.
I'm now scared about what it is.
Okay. So, and I say this, and people really don't believe it when I say it, but
positive vibes, maybe. Shout out.
Shout out
another podcast.
I love that.
So I suffer from depression, and I take medication for that depression.
Yes.
Now, if I happen to get busy and skip a day, or maybe 2 days, my depression on that like second or third day will start to come back a little bit more. Is that psychological for me because I didn't take my pill, or is that I didn't take my pill, so now the depression is coming back? Or is it me saying, you know what, I didn't take my pill, so now I'm going to be depressed?
Right.
Like, is it?
Oh, like, is it giving placebo, or is it really a chemical imbalance?
Exactly. Is it placebo?
Yes.
So this is the thing, right? Because, and this is why I feel like we as a community have to come together, because doctors don't talk to social workers, and don't talk to psychiatrists, and don't talk to the lawyers, and don't talk to the businessmen, and and I know that seems like weird, but everybody's intertwined, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm, for example, going to the doctor now because I am short of breath, right? I feel like I'm short of breath. Like, I cannot breathe. For some reason, I'm winded going up steps. Like, maybe I have COPD.
Right.
But no, really it's that you actually walked into a room with other people and you have generalized anxiety, and the anxiety is taking your breath away. So I feel like it's really environmental. I feel like there are ways for us to check in for your chemicals with blood tests and different hormone tests, so you can actually see what your levels are, to see where you can probably plug some maybe even homeopathic or
Yeah.
herbal, holistic remedies, to these really, really harsh drugs.
Yeah.
We as a community. Because I'm not going to say that it's just you taking the pill. If you're taking the pill, I'm taking the pill because I'm dealing with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not better, I'm not better. And I still have to manage, when we're out in the world. So I just feel
That's
like
a
if we have more healthy people, if we're looking out for our neighbor, and if we can think about the things that we are able to create, we are able to do, and do that thing, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's like a lot of things that we don't tend to, because we can do a lot of things now. We're able to do so much, but we do things in particular for us, for our people, and I feel like we can do a little bit more to bring it a little bit closer together.
Now,
Mhm.
here's what I want to say. Now, there's a show that I watch called A Million Little Things. Where it had an African American gentleman on there who dealt with depression and dealt with him dealing with depression. I just came on and said, look, I deal with depression. This is, and I take a medicine for it. This is. Do you think? Because I know there was a time when in our community it was more taboo to deal with depression.
And that's actually what my.
Do you think it's more?
That's so
do you think it's coming out more where more people say in our community, like especially men, say, "Look, I deal from depression. I suffer from depression."
I don't think that's taboo. I think it's very far for people. I mean, even at this point in time, I feel like women are a little bit more comfortable with expressing themselves emotionally in that way. I don't personally see men coming out directly and saying I'm depressed, unless it's like Gen Z, because I feel like they're just a little more in tune with expressing themselves in general.
Well, I'm Gen X.
Right.
I'm Gen X.
Right. So our generation, I feel like, is so wrapped up in how other people are going to be viewing us that we are not able to take that next step to make that relationship with somebody else, because you're thinking about, my family doesn't want me to explain what our family problems are.
Yeah.
Right. You have depression because of something that happened in your family, in your life, right? Quote unquote. But it's something that if we're continuing to feed it, it's just gonna, make us even more susceptible to more pain and more trauma, because we don't want to go down that route. What if we were just able to talk to somebody, not even on the Tuskegee airman type of experiments, or like trying to see what tuberculosis or these diseases do to us, or like whether we can withstand pain. Those are things that I just came across in learning my history. But in our history, those are a part of our history to a point where we don't even question it. So I think that right now is a great time for us to be able to have conversations to say, well, why do you think that way? Why do you think that you're depressed? Why do you feel like we're not able to go to therapists? Why do you feel like there are no therapists out here for you to talk to or for you to connect with? Because once we have those conversations, then we can say, oh no, did you know that Alicia lives right down the street? Like, she actually has a whole office for that exactly. Or hey, there are actually male therapists, there are male nurses that you can go to talk to for free. And you don't have to feel uncomfortable. But I feel like the resources that are out there, much like my own, and I'm doing my best to get myself out there so that more people know what it is that I do and can experience it more. But I feel like in New Jersey in particular, and even in Philadelphia, with all of the media that spreads things around so fantastically. New Jersey and Philadelphia both have their own little kind of nook of how, or like a corner, a dead end of how we're losing resources. Like, people are just not getting to the places that they need to be at.
I'll be honest with you. I just found a therapist, and I asked my network to find me a Black therapist.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
We
that
are
was-
few and far
They-
between people.
They
We're
could not.
necessary.
They could not
We're
find
We're
one.
necessary.
They could not find
Okay.
for me. No,
Yes, because
male or female, they could not find anything.
first of all, as a Black therapist, I feel overworked. Okay, I feel
love
like
that.
because it's
Yeah.
just, and I know that I'm not for everybody. I know
Yeah.
that I'm not for everybody.
But that's the point of having
they put
different
Yeah.
ones is to find one that
Yeah.
resonates with you.
Right. But in the system in
Mhm.
which we live and we work, it's not seen as like, okay, well, we have to like, all right, I'm trying to think of like how to put this. Okay, so if we're thinking about millionaires, right,
Mhm.
you're not going to bother Trump with certain things, right, because he's like the millionaire of millionaires,
Right.
but
Not
you
really.
might
Just broke.
Just for example.
I'm just
For
throwing
example
it
purposes.
out there. It's, all right, Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos,
Okay.
Elon
Right.
Musk. All right.
Can't deny that one.
All right. So I want to go to space, right? I want to go to space. I know I want to go to space. I'm calling Jeff Bezos, and Jeff Bezos like, bro, call Elon Musk
Right.
because he went to space, bro. He totally went to space, and you're like, no. I'm calling you because I know you and I want you to help me. And
I feel you now.
you know what I mean? And it's like, I
Yeah.
can't do them all.
Yeah.
I can, but look at Elon right there doing all the things that you're asking for.
Everything I'm doing, like, for real.
And
My
so I
next-
can be accessible to somebody that doesn't know about Elon, that is coming to me as just Jeff Bezos. I need your help, Jeff Bezos, not you're a millionaire.
Now, my next question is:
Yes.
if I'm friends with Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, why am I hanging out with y'all?
See, let this be known, y'all. Let this be known. When we are friends with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, we're not calling Kenny.
Okay. Period. Did y'all see the new Knives Out?
Oh my God!
I saw that. Yeah.
And that made me think of that,
Yes.
like being friends with a rich friend and, you
Period.
want to switch up on us.
But
It's
they all
cool.
start off. They
But
all
we are
start
the
off.
rich
They all
friends.
start off.
Okay.
But we are the rich friend.
Period.
They all start off poor though,
I know.
and then they got rich.
I know.
I love that. I love Chanel
watch it.
Monáe's.
Yeah.
She was great. in
Oh
that.
my
Now, did you
God.
watch the first one? You know, that's the second one.
Yeah, I know. I watched
So
the
I
first
didn't
one.
watch the first one.
The
I
first
did.
one.
Yeah.
Chris
Thank God
Evans.
you said that because I wasn't going to get
No.
it.
I just
You
don't
have got to watch the first one.
I know. I
with
heard.
Chris Evans. Yo, it is-
Yeah.
I've
it's
heard.
dope.
And it's so crazy too because like,
Yeah.
how is that not life, bro?
Facts.
How is that not life? Like
They did such a
if
good job.
Such a good job. I love the fact that you were able to see it from different perspectives and like it was like rewinding back.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that? Did you see when he did that? You know what I
He
mean? You
did.
gotta pay
Like, why was she
attention.
here? Why
Yeah.
was she there?
Exactly. You're like, oh yeah, she died, and then it's like, no, she didn't. But
I know.
I'm sorry.
And
When
not
she
to give
didn't
any
actually
spoilers,
die, I was
like-
like, thank God.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
but when he
That's
pulled
why
out,
I asked this
when he pulled out the
Because-
phone, he goes, "You see that?" He goes, "Oh,
Now
this
we can talk
changes
about-
everything.
yep.
This changes everything."
Now we
And
can talk
he
about what
said
you call it.
that's when
Yeah.
he saw the phone.
Uh-huh.
He saw that wasn't really her.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Spoiler.
good.
Spoiler alert.
See,
Yeah.
you guys gotta watch it though, because even if we tell you, like, you're still not gonna know what ends. Like, how it
Yeah,
ends.
you
It's-
still need to
Yeah,
watch
no,
it because
no.
it's like, I
Ja-
mean, period.
Janelle Monáe is a badass.
Like,
Yeah, Janelle Monáe, she
Janelle Monáe.
my girl.
Janelle
Period.
Monáe.
Period.
Janelle Monáe. Like,
Yo.
this is I channel Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, like,
I don't even know what else to say. Like,
she really needs to get like at least a nomination for that.
yo, facts.
You know, and they're not gonna give it to her.
It's okay because
Well,
we
you know what?
nominated her.
We give it to her.
Honorary.
You know
Yes.
who else should get a nomination? Angela Bassett.
She doesn't need a nomination. She needs just all
She needs
of
to
the
be
awards.
honored, period.
All
Just
of the
like,
awards.
For-
Angela
for whatever-
Bassett,
no,
thank you.
for- 'cause
Come
you see
on.
What it
Wakanda
is that
Forever.
you've done in the world.
of course.
Did you see Wakanda Forever?
Of course.
For what she did in Wakanda Forever, she carried that whole movie.
Time out. Did you hear about her son?
No,
Okay.
Y'all. Okay. So
Okay.
T. All right.
Okay.
And I heard it from Instagram. So
tea time. I need
All
another
right,
glass
so
of wine. Go ahead.
Apparently, Angela Bassett's son, it was a bad prank, said, "Oh my God, Michael B. Johnson, right? Died. Jordan died and was playing to
Why would he-
Angela Bassett after Chadwick just died. Like, what are you doing, sir? How did you think that was funny at all? How did you think that was funny? Like, I could see if it was somebody that was even dead. You know, and that's even
I'm
stretching it.
Trying.
As
You
a-
don't wish death on people, number
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
And number two, you don't play with somebody like that.
As-
That's
as-
You don't
as-
play like
We're
that.
talking about grief, right?
As-
The
as a-
stages
as a-
of grief. I
As
don't
a
care
black
if it's been a
mom,
year.
I
Period.
know she laid him out.
No, she and I don't know this for a fact. I think that
How old
she did
is he?
beat him. I think he's older. I'm not sure. Guys, we gotta look that up.
How old was he?
like, I think that
I'm about
he's
to look it up.
above 18.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
sound older. I'm not sure.
That
She
is
laid him
wild.
out. She laid
Apparently
him out.
he had some repercussions or some consequences because he came back on and apologized after the sighting of this
That is wild because
terrible prank.
I'm cutting you out of everything.
Oh,
16.
he's 16.
Oh, girl.
Oh, yeah, he
Oh.
is 17 too, and he looked like this.
he is a
Oh.
wildin'.
But
Yeah.
again, here we go with the games, right? Here we go with the pranks. Like,
With
And
the
we
con-
don't
do you
know,
know
this
what's
what's
too
from
far?
Instagram. We're not really sure. Okay, I just heard this story. I'm just
Well,
saying.
no, you know what
Disclaimer.
it is? My sister and I do a podcast every Saturday night. Kathy can explain pop culture. One of the things we were doing predictions for 2023.
Hmm.
I hope, and we said what we want to happen in
Insane.
2023.
yeah.
And I hope one of the things that happens is this whole prank thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like the supermarket pranks, and then
Yeah.
you talk to people in no kind of way and see how they react.
how they
prank.
react to you.
Yeah.
And so I hate the prank thing. The
Yeah.
prank thing has
thing.
got to go because you know what? If you prank a guy like me, old school guy, you're gonna get knocked out.
Well, you
And
know-
see, what's so crazy is they actually have Instagram pages specifically for this, and I
Yeah.
know of at least 3 in Philadelphia where they will go into say like the poppy
Sad.
stores or like the Chinese food stores, and they're like, "Oh, yo, you got a problem with me?" And basically, we were just talking about like, "Oh, well, see me outside, then see me outside." And everybody,
Anybody got time to play for that? You don't know
Right,
what somebody
everybody in
going
the Chinese
through.
food store is like, "Oh my god!" They're running out I'm not staying around for this. Like
That's
I'm not about
wild.
to get a shot, but they're just playing, and you
No,
don't
that's
know
not too
until
much.
the end of.
My
you know,
anxiety.
basically
People
right
have an
now.
anxiety attack right then and there.
Girl,
Stressed
what?
out. Like, are you serious?
And that's the thing is like I think that it's because much like we were talking about the desensitization is
Yeah.
like, we're not even worried about it like we're not worried about it in the sense of like it's happening. We're worried about it in the sense of safety. We're getting
Yeah.
out of the way. We're making sure our family is out of the way, you know, or at least getting to a safer space. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the people were like, "Oh my god," like grabbing each other
Yeah.
in the McDonald's in the poppy store. They were like, "Oh shit, no, we're out of here."
Yeah.
Like,
The biggest
Yeah.
No,
we're
man.
out. Like,
when I was in
wait, ask
college,
questions.
when I was in college, the biggest prank I would do in public.
Yeah.
If I was in a store with one of my female friends, like say I was in the store with one of you guys,
Mhm.
and we'd be shopping, and I'd wait till we get up to the cash
I'm
register.
scared.
I wait till we get up to the cash register. And while she's buying something, she can't leave because she's buying something. I'll go, so that's it. You're just going to keep the baby without even telling me.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Kenny would
Oh my
be
God.
the one.
Yo, I would be
And
done.
see,
But,
I was like, you know,
but I love
You're
you.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Say walk up.
I can't even with you.
And then
like,
I'll do something like
or just like, man,
I'd say it was one of my
please
friends. Say
just
it was
keep
one of
on
my
bringing it
Stand
up.
that
Say one of
way.
my female friends that was
Please
white.
don't mind him.
I'd be like, one of my female friends. I'd be like, so you're just gonna not admit you love me because I'm black? And I was
Oh,
saying-
bring in the race.
Oh yeah,
It's
Not
just-
the race
and see
card.
that might hurt somebody's feelings too.
it could.
That might hurt
It
somebody's
could.
feelings.
When I was in
Yeah.
college, I was a bad boy in college.
Who was it?
That's what college is, I think. It's partially
College
for.
is for experiences.
I didn't learn a thing. I had to.
I learned a lot. You did. You learned a lot about what not to do. Okay.
No, I still do it.
That doesn't mean
Still
that
do
you
it.
didn't learn what not to do. Just because you do it doesn't mean that you don't. You
Right.
know that's not what you're supposed to do. Okay. People out here breaking rules every day.
For real.
Rules
So
every day.
we digress. Back to I appreciate positive vibes for commenting. They said I feel like it might be a combination of everything you listed. And that's when we were talking about like the mental health stuff. And I really do appreciate you talking about the chemical imbalances though.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
real.
major because a lot of people don't understand, like, you know, it's it's okay, you're going through these mental health issues, but then also like the chemicals can get so imbalanced where the medication is needed.
It's
but then,
necessary. Right.
so there's levels to this. There's layers, you know,
And
there's
that's
a
why
lot.
you gotta talk to somebody about it so that you're not just, WebMDing yourself and finding out that you have cancer and you're gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not okay.
Like they
And
actually,
we know
like
what to do
last
that.
year, my doctor actually upped my depression medicine more
Okay.
Mm,
and gave me more.
Uh-huh.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, no, one.
I was gonna say
I don't know what to say. He was mentioning it, but I don't want to feel like it's a
but-
bad thing, you know? Like
Well,
whatever
she-
your doctor
She
feels
looked at me
okay.
like, man, that motherfucker bad off.
Shut up.
And see, but that really might be what she thinks, and then
Yeah.
she's increasing the medication.
And the
because she
last
feels that's
time
that's what's
I
gonna
saw
help
her,
her.
she said, with other things that have going on, she says like, yeah, you'd be eligible for a medical marijuana card,
Mm-hmm.
but
Can't have a gun.
you can't have a gun.
Yeah, I think
And I
that's,
think I might want to buy a gun eventually.
So I think
Yeah.
it's totally worth it for you to get a gun.
yeah, it's like somebody
It's gonna
run up in your
it's gonna
crib,
be
be like, I
more-
got some weed. It's not going to help you.
It's gonna be in.
I'm kidding. Ain't nobody running up on Kenny Walker.
I'm just saying, like, it's
Number
gun,
one,
weed. Well, then why do you need it then?
huh?
If nobody's running up on you, then why do you need it
Nobody
then?
running on Kenny Walker
So then why do you need the gun?
See, this is where
because I got hands, so I probably don't need the gun because I got hands.
Oh, okay.
See,
Yeah.
but we just talked about.
We
the
already
fact
talked
that
about the fact
no
that
one's taking.
no one's
these hands.
fighting no more.
Like, no one's showing these hands. No one's throwing these hands.
What's-
No one's talking about these hands.
It's a rapper that says she's
Like-
juicy fruit. I think she's the big guns. What we gonna fight for? Like,
Oh.
period. Like, that's the mood right nowadays. Like,
true that.
you know, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's a good thing.
I would buy.
I really
a
wish
gun.
I could just catch
You
a
know my
fade
one
and catch
reason-
a gunshot.
You
for
know my
real.
one reason to buy a gun for? My one reason to buy a gun for is that I'm under the impression that at some point, all these insurrectionist people
Yeah.
are going to get together
Yeah,
and
you're not
try
the
to-
only one.
Yeah.
try to shoot
But
all
that's
of
why
us.
it's
everyone
something
is
I don't wanna
saying
cut
get
you
the
off.
guns for protection.
I don't want to cut you off. I'm so sorry, but that is definitely you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You are not the only one.
Like,
I think that-
I really do fear. I think racism since Trump has gotten so elevated,
Mm.
especially with police. I fear that we might be looking at a civil war at some point.
Do you think it's elevated, or do you think that now we can just see it? It's a light
It's
shined
both.
on.
I think it's both.
And see, that's I.
I think
It's
it's.
so
I think it's.
crazy.
I think it's elevated.
Mhm.
Just
I
wondering.
think now we can see it, which heightens the elevation because other races that were quiet
Right.
are now
Have a
going.
voice now.
Now that we can see it, and now it's elevated because other races that were quiet are like, oh wait a minute, it's okay to be a racist again. Oh, let's lynch one up.
And add to the fact that the anti-lynching law, the Emmett Till anti-lynching law, was not passed until March 29th, 2022.
Yes.
Mhm.
And if you have not watched Till, please do. You will
Yeah.
cry.
That's what's kept me from it. It's my.
Oh, you saw the Till?
no,
You saw
I
Till?
watched it. I had to.
Yeah.
I had to watch it.
We went to go
because,
see.
like, first
Oh,
of
y'all
all-
went together?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I
I was
went-
like, that's dope.
I went. I know. You know who I went with?
Who?
I saw Till with Deanna Gale, the singer.
Huh.
I know you better.
Okay.
You guys have met Deanna Gale, the singer,
Okay.
because she's been at Miss Sealy's a lot of times.
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out to Miss Sealy's Blues.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Faith Money, Tamika Brown.
Yes.
Shout out to my Words Out Productions partner, Ten Size Soul.
Yes.
Shout out to all the single women out there in South. No,
I was
just
about to
kidding.
say, Kenny
Um,
is a.
But seriously, no, seriously.
He's
um,
single. He's available, y'all. He's also looking for someone to make him a sandwich. Just in
Make
case-
Daddy a sandwich.
Just in case you were wondering.
Oh my God. I'm cracking up.
No, but I think it's heightened because people see now, like, racism has become more acceptable.
Mm.
Racism has become more, it's okay to be Archie Bunker now.
I
Before, for a long time, it was taboo to even say it or think it. Now it's okay to say it or think it. So racism has become elevated because now it's okay to be racist. It's okay to have your feelings out there that, you know what? I really don't like black people. I really don't like Mexican people. I really don't like Asian people. I really don't like anybody of color.
I love it.
Black lives do not matter. The black lives do not matter. Blue lives matter. And there's no such thing as blue lives because you wasn't born a policeman.
Follow up.
So, you know, I mean, I think these things. So I think racism has become more prevalent because people are okay with being racist now. It's a badge of honor now to some people.
What I would say is like, I think that as much as it might be true, because it can be true in some people's eyes, perspective is everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like now freedom of speech is so much more prevalent in different ways. Like, for example, pansexualism. You know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do actually.
Do you?
Well, I thought I did. The way you said it, I thought I knew what it was.
Do you really?
Can I get a taste of the sake?
I feel like I love
Sake,
that.
You drank the whole thing?
Just don't answer.
Right.
I love that.
We do more.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do more to this
That's all
podcast
me.
than drink. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some.
Because we're gangster like that.
That's right.
Where's the glasses
Period.
for
We
that?
have
Decorate. We can do
the
some like
glasses.
decorated art, something.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
totally have some.
Like,
And I
let's
have
do
Das
this.
Boot. I saw you had a
Oh, wow.
a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
there.
Oh,
I remember
Like-
this taste. Yeah.
I'm cracking up.
Spicy.
It's like,
Watch
yeah.
out, guys. If you're not doing anything later, let them know.
Yes.
Let me know, baby. Let me know, baby.
I'm gonna stick with this one.
Do not look at Liz and say that.
Right.
Hey,
OMG.
look, I was just so used to she laughing.
I'm joking.
That is so funny.
Okay.
Um.
What are we even talking about, guys?
I don't know.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
We're gonna keep it going though, because I do have more questions for you. So you kind of segued into it. We talked about the, before we get into that,
Yes.
the communities being connected,
Yes.
major, because my friend just recently became a nurse,
Hey.
and because of like some of the experiences she shared with me, like we both of us a learning experience on how they're not connected, right?
Right.
Like social workers and like the kids that poor kids, like you don't
Yeah,
understand. Like
sincerely.
there is kids genuinely in a hospital right now with families that don't care.
Don't give a flying.
And
Left them there.
that shit is sad. Oh, I didn't mean to curse. That stuff is sad. You know what I'm
Sorry.
saying? And to be honest, like all they have is like the social workers and the nurses in the hospital to like be there for them. And since COVID, it's even worse because the volunteers can't come in like they used to and like be there. So it's a completely different experience than it was before. But bottom line of it is, just the communities being connected, from the social workers to the policemen to the nurses to the hospitals to the families, it's such a huge disconnection. And I think that really kind of is detrimental a little bit to our communities because, like you said, like, you're thinking your heart, you having problems with your heart or your lungs, but really you're having an anxiety attack. But your therapist and your doctor aren't communicating like that.
Right.
So like,
Right.
how are we
Or
gonna figure this out?
providing their own perspective, right?
Yeah.
Because like I came to the doctor. Okay, my doctor has their own ideas about what could be going on with me. And because I came to them, they're gonna give me their diagnosis, and same thing for your therapist, same thing for your what do you call them? Physical trainers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna see you from their perspective. They're gonna listen to you, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then take into what you have into consideration to then formulate something else. But for the most part, they're going off of what you say. So let's also talk about your truths, right?
Mhm.
Let's talk about your truths. Let's talk about the fact that if you did something that caused you pain,
Yeah.
and I'm just throwing this out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put a skill up your nose and now you can't breathe.
Right.
And you are too scared to go to the doctor to get that skittle out your nose because you put a skittle in your nose, and what were you doing to put a skittle in your nose, right? So now you're thinking like, how can I get on with my life because I have this Skittle in my nose? Now, mind you, this is a real life story. I know I'll give you this example, but it's a real life story. Somebody went through this.
Wow.
Can you snort it and swallow it?
No, they couldn't. It was stuck. And I put it in my eye, but like it was stuck in their nasal
Really?
cavity.
Oh,
Like,
that
literally,
sucks.
the doctor had to go in there and like
Get
But
like a
anyway.
tweezer and like pull it out.
yeah, and that happens in your ears too, y'all. If y'all got, I don't know if you still use Q-tips, don't do it to yourself.
Don't.
But you know, you can naturally clear your ear out.
With
You
your
have
fingers.
Candling, you know, all them things, and
Yeah.
naturally your body does that as well. You know,
Yeah.
if you are staying
rag.
healthy,
Yeah.
clean behind your ears. It's a thing. Anyway, so you might not be as forthcoming with some of the ailments that you have that may be self-inflicted
Mm.
because you're not being personally healthy. I was one of those people. I
Yeah.
am. I'm not gonna lie. However, we can't get help if we don't say these things, right? So that if you're not being truthful with your doctor, say you said, "Oh yeah, I've been sneezing real crazy and like it's stuffed up in there. I know you can hear it." Yes, but you have a freaking Skittle in your face, bro. That's why you can't breathe. It's
Right.
not because you have snot. You know what I mean? So like,
It's not because you're decongested.
I digress. Your therapist also has similar thoughts of you and around you, and not saying that they judge you, but like there's just a way for them to come up with ideas of how to help you.
Mm. I'm glad that you said not judging you because I got a little
No
nervous.
judgment-free zone.
I don't know about you, but I think that's one of the
Planet Fitness
reasons
over here.
people be scared to go to therapists. So we feel like they be judging them and stuff. But
And
you
it's
know,
a thing. And it's a thing. I definitely heard. I was listening into some celebrity therapists, and they were talking about how the celebrity was actually talking about how the therapist went on to their own live and said that how they were working with that person, and that is a breach of confidentiality. That is therapy 101. You don't talk
no,
about
period.
anyone that you are talking to and about. You know what I mean? That's just, it's confidentiality unless you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else.
That's serious.
But it's something that we all can do a better job of.
I'm
Yes,
glad that you
ours.
mentioned that. Like I actually have a
Truthful.
personal story about that where I was like seeing a therapist and she started mentioning about like another client. Like
Yeah.
she didn't say their name, but she
Right.
was just like, you know, this girl and you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
close enough where I
Right.
was like,
You knew that person, at this
right,
point,
where I was
right?
like, well, wait a minute.
Now
so
I'm concerned about them.
now how much can I really share with you? Because I
Right.
feel like you're gonna go to the next
Share with
person and
somebody
be
else.
like, you know, kind of just
Right.
whisper down the lane.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know, this
right.
is supposed to be our business, it's supposed to be confidential.
Yeah.
And you're telling me about another client. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it kind of takes me to this. I was talking to a therapist one time, and she was saying sometimes therapy can be more detrimental sometimes than good.
Definitely.
And you have to be able to have that intuition to find the person that's for you. Not
Yeah.
like you made a really good point. Like there's another person, there's Elon Musk.
Literally right there.
And he's doing everything that you need, you
You're
know?
asking
So
for.
you might go to somebody and they might not be for you. Don't
Right.
let that hold you back
Don't
to
let it
finding
yeah.
if spirit or divine, whatever is telling you, like, hey, I need to talk to somebody or I need something outside of myself to help me get clear on whatever I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Don't let one person, because they're not a good fit for you, stop you from finding another.
Right.
And
let's
on
talk-
another note,
Go ahead.
I think I would like to have a hot female therapist that's going to seduce me.
And so, if you do, you should fire her immediately because she is breaching all types of ethical code.
Is that before?
Thank
after?
you.
Is that before? Or after I get the draws? Is that before? Or after the yams?
First of all, love the yams. Shout out to Masego.
I love that.
And
Another shout out.
shout out to Masego. I actually met Masego, guys. Oh my God, I
Yes, I love
didn't even
that.
talk about
My
none of
friend
the
is
art
going to
stuff,
go see
but-
her. I mean, going to go see him.
Masego. Where? What? Oh my God.
In Philly, actually.
Oh my
What's
God.
that?
That was my ring, guys.
No.
It's over there somewhere. I hope that there's no vents.
Okay.
It would fall. You see it?
You got it.
It is a vent over there. Dang it.
God
Oh, thank
protected
you so much.
girl.
Thank you so much. Okay, copper. Okay, my
Um,
ring.
So I fire her before or after I get the yams?
You will actually, if you don't fire her, she doesn't fire herself, then you will need to fire her immediately before the yams. Because if you fire her
Before the
after the yams, you still won't be able to be together. You know what I mean? So
Right.
definitely do it before the yams.
Before
Make
the
sure
yams.
it's like, hey, we're no longer treatment, relationship.
In the heat of the moment, I'm going to get the yams first. I'm sorry.
Okay, Kenny, you have to ask for consent. Okay, so if you're not asking for consent, you have time.
I'm going to get consent because I'm.
I love
You
her.
have time.
I'm not even responding to none of
I'm
these
Kenny
questions
Walker.
at all.
You have time.
I'm
Kenny.
adorable and stuff, you know. I'm gonna
And
get
you
consent.
are, however, that is, and let this be a lesson, ladies. Just because he's cute, she's cute, don't do it. Pay attention to what your brain is saying, because guess what? Afterwards, you're left with it, whatever that was. You're
Yes.
left with it.
But I'm a nice guy.
Whatever that was,
I'm a fun
you're
guy.
left with it. Okay.
Okie dokie. She was very clear. I'm gonna leave it right there. So
Fellas, get the yams.
Get the yams.
On-
Okay. Just not with your therapist. All right.
on that note,
There are
when
some sexy therapists, but not
the
with
yams and the therapists and all of that.
Yes.
On that note, right? Can you give us any insight on how to go about finding resources?
Oh, wow.
Not necessarily
I was gonna say
the ones with the yams. Even though I know y'all out here bad, you know what I'm saying?
But if you got resources,
But see,
if you got resources,
Okay.
you don't get
and just
yams.
wait,
start off
and
by
pause.
saying, right?
I'm sorry, just
Yeah.
a quick disclaimer. This is not to over sexualize a woman. I'm
Right,
very big
correct.
on that. Like,
Serious.
I'm big on
this
that
was
too.
his, you know what I'm saying?
I'm big on
We
that.
just trying to add a little comedy.
I have 4 daughters, so I'm just joking.
Right, so y'all
And
want to be
also very
professionals.
serious if you are.
Do y'all do what you do? But we also are very grown and drinking wine. So
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure everybody
And
knows that, 'cause
sake.
sometimes
I'm taking
things
wine and sake.
can
You
get
need to calm
misconstrued.
down.
So I think that's right. Yes, thank you. This is why we're here to balance the energy.
What was the question?
So can you give insight on how to go about finding resources? I know, like, for me, it's really hard to find a good therapist. Like he said,
Yeah.
you called
Yeah, I
her.
called and
Yeah.
they couldn't find anybody. I wanted someone after. I wanted the person I wanted an African. I wanted somebody who could understand me.
Yeah.
And I thought an African American
And
man.
you think that a black man would be able to do that?
Yeah,
Why? Let me ask you that question.
And that's
Why?
it? Mhm.
because and no offense to any of my Caucasian friends from the mountains of Caucasus, yes.
Love Cat Williams.
Love that.
Shout out Cat Williams.
Shout out Cat Williams.
Love
I
you.
love him.
I love you.
I want to go see him live. He's coming
Like,
up
like,
in Atlantic City at Boardwalk Hall.
Girls,
That's
stop
serious.
it.
Really?
Stop
That's
it.
serious.
Stop it.
I am
Google
so
it. Right
serious.
there.
So
Write that down. Cat Williams is coming. Hey, somebody
like
come pick
I
him
could
up.
explain a problem to someone not of color,
Yeah.
and I don't think they would understand it as much as someone of color would.
Or as rapidly, as
Yes,
quickly, take
Yes.
on as quickly, because I just feel like I
Yeah.
personally I supervise someone who is not of my background, older than me, and I feel like even some of the challenges that they have going through different relationships with people that are not of their ethnical background, racial background, or even experiences, traumatic backgrounds, they're able to somehow find connection with the people that are not like them. And much like I am
Yeah.
as well. I feel like, first of all, Black women can do everything.
Period.
So it's a thing that we are like kind of put into the rooms to do the things that people don't want to do or can't do.
Yeah.
And so we are chameleons in that we can, kind of set up and make shop wherever. But that was a side note.
Yeah.
This person in particular, I feel like has the knowledge, has the experience, has the skills that we've been talking about to be able to connect with somebody even like yourself because of the things that we've talked about. And no, she doesn't have their same experiences, but because of the way that I've talked with them about processing certain things, or how to ask certain questions, or how to be curious
Yeah.
with somebody that's not of your racial background. That's what gets that person comfortable, because I can sit with Liz and just be we're chalking it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we don't have the same experiences, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And or we could have a similar experience that we can actually talk about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So even if it were, say, someone who was an older Indian woman,
Yeah.
you know, even with her being older, she's able to give you some type of wisdom. Okay, well, I've been in not your situation, but I've been in a situation where I've felt depressed.
Yeah.
I've been in a situation where I've seen somebody go through anxiety, and these are the things that actually helped them through it, being that they were also older, had a job, had kids, have to get up and work through ADHD every day. You know what I mean? Like these are things that are normal. I won't say
Issues
normal.
that
It's not normal. But
people have to anybody could deal with, no matter
anyone
what
could
race you
deal with
are.
it. Yeah. And it's just about kind of knowing what to say to somebody, honestly, how to engage that person, because I feel like I could connect with Elon Musk if he was that dude.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
I feel like I could do that. I would want to go to like Maya Angelou, Nina Simone, or Toni Morrison, but you know,
you could gain so much also. And I think that's a really good point, because I did the same thing, Kenny. Like the last time I went to the therapist, or went to go look for a therapist, I was like, I want a Black female, right? And I went out my way to make sure that, right, because we are, to make sure that my providers could find me, well, my insurance company could find me a provider that was a Black female.
Yeah.
And when I got her, she did that story I just told you about divulging someone else's information. That's what she did.
And you're
you
like,
know?
what? I just waited for you this entire time.
Yo.
And you want to tell me about somebody else?
Yo.
That's not what I came here for.
Now, do you think that could be because she's not used to having Black patients?
I
she felt
think
comfortable
well, that's
with
what I
you?
was going to get to. I really do think that she looked at it more as a friendship, because we were like busting it up.
Yeah.
Like we were like, she even went on to tell me about like her baby dad. Like she was going in. She's like, my baby dad, da 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 da. My son, I told him, and I was like, wait a minute, you know?
It can get like that,
you know.
too.
So it turned in kind of like to both of our therapy sessions, which was dope. But at the same time, like I didn't need that. You know what I mean?
You don't need that,
right? And to be honest, that's not what I was paying for.
That's not what you're.
You know what I mean?
At all.
Like I could see if I just met her on the street and we were busting it up, but no, like I scheduled time to talk to you, and I'm hearing about your baby dad. Like I'm triggered at this point. You don't know what I've been through. So to his point, I was like, I've had these experiences with specifically Black women that, you know, I won't say they were negative, but they were different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to you, when you bring up the older Indian woman, my best therapy experience was with the older Indian woman. And I've kind of like, because it's way back when I was like in college, you know what I mean? Yo, she had a whole, I actually got the healing that I needed. And I was able to successfully like complete what she, like, you know, talk about what I need to talk about, get through what I need to do, and like come to the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? And not feel like I still needed her. And you know what I mean?
Like, I want to bring back to like some of the things that we talked about today. For example, like you liking the Avengers, right? You're not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Black Panther sheets.
Right.
Black Panther cologne. Black Panther underwear.
Wakanda, baby.
Wakanda forever. And so
I hope that didn't make you feel
it did. It did. I was gonna say, like, there are a lot of things that we can learn from the healing process, and I think that's why creative arts therapy is really drawing to me too, because it's not just the painting. Like I can paint with people for days, like I do that all the time.
Yeah.
But when people kind of challenge me to think outside of the box, okay, well, we've done painting before. We've done painting with a sip. Like, what else can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I understand. I get it. But some people actually still do want to paint.
I mean, I like them, but I be like, yeah.
But I think that I'll use myself as an example. I love Korean street food.
Yeah.
I have never tried it before.
I love watching the Netflix.
I will watch documentaries and Netflix Korean street food or like this. There's this on Netflix. There's a show. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I know, but it's a show called Old Enough.
Oh my god!
Do you watch it?
Yo!
All right, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so literally, it is all that it is. It's Korean people, Asian people sending their children who are like 3 to 4 years old on an errand.
Literally.
First of all,
their first errand.
You don't send your kids down to the corner store.
Can I say, like, I was literally in tears watching this.
I watch it to go to sleep, y'all. I'm not even joking. Okay, so it is soothing, and I brought that up because of it. Okay, these people are sending their children out into the world, literally from here to like
down to the Wawa. Yeah,
exactly. No, it's past the Wawa, right?
Yeah, it's like around the corner.
They're down the block, okay? Right. And so it's like, and there's cameramen following them and everything. Yeah. So it's like
they're still kind of safe.
They're safe. They got like little radios and shit. They're like following them and shit. But
it's super cute. It's adorable. Still by themselves.
It's adorable. And so the kids are standing there. You'll see them like going through their mind, like, oh, is that what I was supposed to get at the store?
Yes.
And they'll be like going into the store and talking to the clerks or whatever, like to try to get some help. And it's so innocent and beautiful that you just continue to watch it. It's 2 seasons of it if you haven't watched it.
Yes.
But it's beautiful in that they're trusting of their kids and in their innocence to still be strong enough and have the autonomy to make decisions for themselves and achieve a goal.
Yes. Right? And they have that confidence in them.
The kids have confidence. The kids are like, peace out, riding in buses to go see their parents in the freaking hospital.
And the coolest part to me, though, is like when they do the camera like 20 years later.
Oh my gosh. So no, they just came out with that. First of all, I watched this like last year.
Okay.
But
the 20 years later cam blew my mind.
Right. That's the season just came out. That is what they did. They did it 20 years later because they recorded these things in like 2008, 2009.
Like 19. Wow. No, they have one of 1994.
Period.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah.
Like it's great. Anyway.
Yeah.
My attachment to Korean drama, street food, culture in general, Asian culture, is because I feel like that the community is there. That sense of community.
Yeah.
Because not one of those people, literally, there's people walking down the street. They're not like, oh my God, where this child is like, what are they? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, all right, how you doing?
Yeah.
See you later. You know what I mean? Do you need help? You know, they're actually asking, do you need help? Side note, I feel like I get on the side note so much, but I like that in that there is a beautiful drawing to community, culture, and family. That we really don't have as Americans. I don't say Americans because I can't even just say it's Black people because I think it can be.
It's
Americans
cross-cultural.
Yes. And for that reason, it's giving us these stressors, these physical ailments, these emotional deficiencies, is what I like to call them, mental and emotional deficiencies, because we're not able to process everything in its entirety. Because we're missing something at all times.
Yeah.
Whether it be the family, whether it be the community, whether it be the common sense. Common sense is not common nowadays. So,
it's so many layers now. And I think a lot of people, and I wrote something one time in my poetry, like, forcefully perceiving life as black and white is what leads to my frustration most days.
Period.
And for me, like, to your point, like, a lot of times, I don't know, for me, like, especially with the older generation, I get this black and white viewpoint. Like, if you're angry, this is what it means. If you're sad, this is what it, like, and it's just like, wait a minute, but there's layers to this. There's levels. There's so many dimensions to what's going on and what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And when you just think of it like, oh, I'm angry, which is, like you said, an umbrella emotion, and not really getting to the root cause of what's going on. Like, where are we going? We're setting ourselves back like 10 steps. So,
and it's so funny that you said that because my color wheel right there, the color psychology wheel, is something that I think you can pull it down.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, put the command strip on there. Look at that. So smart. So this wheel is actually a list of primary to tertiary colors primary, secondary, and tertiary. I can never say that word. Colors, the third colors. And
Yes.
I gave you ideas about what those colors could mean, but it's not necessarily what they mean to you.
Mhm.
So I like to bring like blank color wheels so that people
Yes.
can fill in what they feel like red is, because it's not for anger all the time, what blue is, 'cause it's not sad all the time.
I love
You know,
that.
it can be a range of different things that you feel, much like anger. Like some people
Yeah.
feel anger and they're not wanting to punch somebody, but
Yeah.
they want somebody to come sit with them, to give them a
Yeah.
hug. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So
facts.
we
Now-
need to find out what works for us.
We originally started this podcast for an hour. We're down to 2 hours now.
Oh, snap.
It's about to be midnight, y'all.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is
Yeah.
we're going to have you close this out with a spoken word piece.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Okay. All right. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, and then after we do that, we're going to come back on the, she's going to come back with a spoken word piece. We're going to come back on the 23rd, Monday the 23rd. Our guest is to be announced.
Yes.
And hopefully next time we come, we'll have a bigger audience, and we have some technical difficulties starting out, but hopefully we'll be able to fix our technical difficulties in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll have it
So-
all figured out.
So
by
we'll have
then.
it all figured out. And we'll have more wine. And this
Yeah.
time we'll have food.
Yes.
Next time we'll have food.
Right. So then I feel like if you had some food, you would be still ready to like keep going. But because you're hungry, you're like,
Yeah, let's go.
yeah.
No,
no, for real.
Actually, no. I would, but we've been talking for 2 hours.
Yeah, we got to cut it. It's
Yeah.
like when you've been on the phone with your friend for too long.
Yeah, for too long.
And you look at the
Yeah.
phone, you're like, girl, it's been 3 hours. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I don't like talking
Yeah.
to people on the phone. I do actually. That's a lie. I do.
Yeah, because I've heard you say, like, you know.
I've had long conversations with people. I'm a talker. I don't like texting at all.
you know, hey,
I hate texting. I like actually talking to people.
it gets stressful.
What, texting?
Yeah, texting can be stressful.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't. You don't answer your texts.
I am not a good texter. All my friends know this, and that's just
Like
what it
I
is.
will text her, and I will get a response like 5 days later.
Definitely 2, and it
5.
might be 5. It
It's
really
5.
might be.
It's 5.
And you know what? How I feel is cell phones specifically.
I
have,
texted her on New Year's Day.
and I'm just
and
gonna
she
give
texted me back yesterday.
my personal opinion. Cell phones. No, for real. Like I feel like
too.
cell phones have taken a really drastic turn where people feel like, and it's okay. Like I get
You
that.
to whatever.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
whenever, forever. There was a point where you had to send a letter, and whenever that person got the letter and like wrote you back is when you got it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Can I
saying?
speak about that real quick?
Yes.
All right, so I absolutely love letters, and I don't know if you guys had this back in the day, pen pals. All
Yes.
right, so I actually revamped pen pals shit.
I
Yeah,
love that.
and it's called Letter She Wrote. And so if you would like to have a pen pal, you can write me, and I will either write you back myself, which I won't let you know, or I will connect you with somebody in the United States of America or beyond.
That is so
Because we do
dope.
have some people in some other countries.
How can people sign up to do this? Because I would love to sign up to like do this.
So I'm just posting it now on my website, but it's gonna be a thing. If you just go onto my website, email me. You can either go on to allintherapyllc.org, or you can email me at exhibita.
I had
I
when
love
I was
that.
a kid, when I was like a young teenager, and when I moved to Jersey, but I still went to Philly a lot.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she lived in Philly, and I lived in Jersey.
Yeah.
And this is back in the 80s.
Yeah.
70s, actually. I don't know. Somewhere in there. It's all a blur.
It's a blur. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So it's drugs in college. Anyway, we would call ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend, and we would write letters back and forth. Sometimes we would talk on the
How
phone.
did you find her?
Huh?
How did you find her? I guess
I
it's not
met
the
her.
question, guys.
No, yeah, I met her in person. I knew her,
Right,
Our
because remember he was in
our
Philly,
families knew each other.
and then he moved to Jersey. I know.
Our families.
I feel like it's a split moment. It is.
My eyes
It
are
is.
closed at this point. It's not even squinting. My eyes are closed.
No, it's
Right,
reality.
gotta go.
Our families knew each other,
Okay.
and we would write letters, and then finally, I got a Dear John letter.
Oh, well, at least she gave you a Dear John, because today's community is ghosting all the way. So
First of
she
all-
was winning. She knows how to communicate, even if it's not something that she likes. Sometimes you got to communicate hard things, you know?
And you know what? That's a real thing. And
I mean, I
think
feel
that-
bad, but I'm just saying.
But
You know?
but did that not set you up for some heartbreaks in the future?
You know,
You know what I mean? Like, did that not set you up for some
I don't know.
heartbreaks
My
in the
love
future?
life's been nothing.
not
but
everybody's going to be the one, because it's only the one,
I mean,
my love life's
feel
been
like there's
nothing but
some.
heartbreaks
you know?
for
we can talk about
56
that.
years.
No, there
There's
is
some.
some, but like, I'm
No.
just saying, like, there's
No.
the
certain,
one may be out there,
there
but
just
there are
might be
some.
there are some.
There
I'm
are
not-
some.
look.
And those some may just be giving you lessons.
Yeah,
to
you're
get
like
to
you guys sound like
Over lessons.
you guys sounded
I'm
like
over
Ted
lessons.
Mosby from
I'm
How I
over
Met Your Mother, looking for the one.
over
Okay,
lessons.
so
I am
I'm
too,
sorry.
though. I am too. I told I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but me and my friend would talk about this. Like, I'm done. Like, I passed all the tests. Like, God, please.
Period.
Like, come on.
I
Like,
jumped,
no more
I jumped
lessons.
The hurdles, the obstacles. Like,
Yeah,
I fell in the
definitely.
mud.
no, you ladies are in your 30s.
Don't tell them that.
Well,
Yeah, like, first of all,
20s.
Who?
21. And
I don't, yeah, like, did you?
21 forever.
black don't crack, so they can lie about
Period.
anything. All right, so anyway,
I don't gotta lie. My birth certificate, boo. Okay.
anyway,
I'm gonna throw the scarf over on that.
I'm 56, and I still,
Kenny's proud of his age. Okay.
I'm very proud of my age.
I'm proud of my age as
Because I
well.
look
But
good for 56.
Yeah.
yes, you do.
I
Yeah.
look good
Yes, you
for
do. Yes, you do. And you need to keep
I'm
very
you need to be
active.
carried as such.
I'm very active in the community, 56-year-old guy.
Yeah.
I look good for my age, ladies. I'm joking. I'm
I'm
joking.
great.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
joking.
good thing.
Ladies.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Come back 8:30, 2
Yes.
weeks from today. Slots from the Lair.
Oh,
Follow.
before we go, Exhibit A, you do have something coming up. You do have an event coming up. Can you mention that before you do your piece?
Yes.
Make sure you do that. But go ahead, continue. I'm
Right.
sorry. I didn't mean-
Like,
I
I'm
just know
not
I know
sure.
she got some things coming up. So I just
Thank
want to
you.
make sure you mention
Um,
what you got coming up.
If you wanna
Yes.
follow me, follow me on Kenny KP Kenny KP Walker Jr. on Facebook and Instagram. And Words Out Productions is our label that we focus on spoken word, neo soul, conscious rappers, and I will be hosting in Woodbury at Brick Culture. Is that the name of the place?
Yeah, Brick and Culture.
Brick and Culture
Culture.
in
Okay.
Woodbury. I'll be hosting that.
Shout out to Brick and Culture.
Shout out to
See?
Brick and Culture.
Shout outs.
Shout out to Kirsten Tonic and DJ
Yes.
Infamous. I'll be hosting that on Friday night.
This Friday.
Every other Thursday, starting this week, every other Thursday, you can find me at Miss Silly's Blues, hosting the open mic there.
Yes.
And then, are we doing something here Sunday? We might be at the Lair on Sunday.
We are going to get back to you
Yes.
on the exact
Oh,
time.
Liz, you're
And
like
Liz is
a
present.
ninja. You're like a ninja, man.
We've
You
been
gotta
here-
stop
It's
doing
the
that.
Saki.
It's almost 11 o'clock at night, guys.
I know.
So we're
Liz is
sitting
like,
here.
Liz
Liz
is
is
like,
like,
when are they going to clean up and
it's
get
time
out
to
my
go.
place?
Right.
I was gonna whisper that I was going to bed, but I was waiting for anyone to get for me to get here.
We ain't gonna
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
You're like a ninja
Yeah,
coming
we
in.
will give you
Damn.
all the attention.
Okay, well,
right
before
now.
you go to bed, that's all my plugs. We'll
Yeah.
be here in 2
Women
weeks,
call him.
and we'll have somebody. And right now, I'm gonna hand it over. Exhibit A is gonna tell you where she's gonna be, and she's gonna close us out with a spoken word piece.
I gotta close this out, guys.
And you guys can follow me at Grow with a Goddess on Instagram, and you'll have like the link in bio, and you see all my other stuff, my podcast.
I never did that.
Right.
It's okay. So I'm throwing it out there now. My podcast, my blog, all of that.
It's like-
And
It's
I'm not.
on YouTube. It's on Anchor,
It's
right?
Instagram.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. And I'm
Spotify.
gonna get it on more platforms.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. I just
I
be
never,
playing
I
it.
never, you don't tell me anything. You don't call me back. You don't tell me anything.
I do tell you, and
It's
you know,
No, it's okay.
listen, and for that, in that point, I was talking to her when we were setting up for this, and she's like, "It's 2023. Is not the year for apologies." So you know what? Listen,
I didn't do it.
Oh, you chose me to be the first person.
no,
You chose me to be the first person.
no, I'm telling you,
I understand.
it's not personal though.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
you
not
know,
personal. It's not personal. It's not personal at all.
it's not. It's
Yeah, we're working
really.
Mike next week. All right.
I can't. Oh my God! See, this is my problem. Like people take it personal, and it's just like,
personal. Look,
it's
got-
like, but
I
I'm
got-
showing up though.
Rapid his speech got.
I got
That
4
was what
daughters
that
and an
was.
ex-wife. You can't even come near hurting my feelings.
You know what? That's because you hurt your own feelings, and we need to talk about that.
Here we go.
That's what
Do
we
your
got
plug
therapists here
and do your
for.
poem.
I'm
All right, hold on. I wasn't ready.
not to do your plug and then I gotta get some more wine. Okay, Kitty. Oh my God, Kitty. Listen, but yeah, so that's where y'all can check me out. I'm gonna get more stuff posted. I got a Twitter. I post more on Twitter right now. My Instagram, I just be playing games because, like I said, I be barely texting, calling people back. I'm just not good with social media. I'm a recluse. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know what that means.
you stay to yourself. You're an introvert.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I do know what that means.
It's okay. You know what I mean? I'm a partially introvert, but partially extrovert, and it's really weird. But now, are you ready?
She been ready.
I'm so ready all the time because Kenny is my friend.
right.
That is what I know in life. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So this is the first one that came up on my list of things. It's a little bit long, but we're gonna bear with it. This was written November 15th, 2020. So it's a little old, but
It's all
all right. My mother always said, "Don't make your braids look too hard." I never understood why she would shun this pretty little black girls with rows of black curls and the ability to make any, and I mean any style in Hype Hair magazine come to life. I mean them backwards swirling, hairline pulling braids, popping styles. Alicia Keys would be proud. I mean, that's what they called me because, yeah, that's my name. And I could never understand why my mother never understood that power that I had in these hands. Why she never told these pretty little black eyes that she was worthy, worth it, no lie, no need for lie. It hurt to lie down on those tight braids, box twists and micros. I did it all. Extensions since the 4th grades, booty braids. And did I mention my hair was waist length now? My hair is my pride, and it's always been mine to cut and style and tie up and tie down. Through breakups and mental breakdowns, my locks have grown, and I have too. My mother always said, "Don't make your hair too hard," and it always seems to be one of those things I've mastered.
Mm.
Thank you. And girl, I didn't take my hair out.
Wait.
I love that.
What event do you have coming up?
I have this Thursday. I have palettes and poets and poetry. It is something like that.
Where's that at? Friday?
It is on Thursday. It's in Philadelphia at Open Space. Yes. Actually, another Rutgers alum. Shout out to Rutgers. Rutgers Camden. Are you all day?
Okay.
And I also have a workshop coming up. 2 workshops coming up. One is in Philadelphia, is the Black Girls Conference.
Oh, wow.
Love Yourself More is for Black girls in Philadelphia. I think 12 or maybe 11 to 18. I'm not sure. It might be 21. But we're gonna just say Black girls in general. So if you want to come, hit me up. I'm gonna get you in.
Yeah.
Shout out to We Rain Inc., who I'm going to do the partnership with. And then also I am working with Camden Fireworks, which is where we just came from yesterday.
Dope.
And I will be doing a creative arts therapy workshop.
That's
which
on
we'll
Ward
be
Street,
doing-
right?
Yeah.
That it
I know.
is.
I've been there a lot of
That
times.
it is. As you should,
Yeah.
because shout out to Azaya, okay, because she just is killing it, period,
Yes.
with putting together, curating, and putting together curations for these beautiful people that are in South Jersey, and beyond.
And once again, who's the next artist that's going to be here in the Lair?
And the next artist who will be coming tomorrow, Anthony Johnson. Check him out, Anthony Johnson Art on Instagram. I believe that we should be open for business for tomorrow.
Awesome.
We should be up and ready to go.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Exhibit A. Alicia, I
have been
got
wanting to press this button since he set this thing up, and he told me that I couldn't press the buttons.
You can't even hear the buttons. I can hear the buttons. You can hear the buttons.
I'm making pretend like I can hear the buttons.
All
Right.
right. Thank you very much for joining our podcast.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
We will have
We didn't
more
even say-
information for the next podcast. What?
So my name's Alicia Laws, and you can follow me on Instagram, Exhibit A Art Design. You can also follow my creative arts therapy private practice and all of the beautiful things that we can have and offer to you in the community on allintherapyllc.org.
Yes.
You can see my artwork here at the Lair Gallery, 916 White Horse Pike. And I believe that that's all.
Yes, and we'll be back on the 23rd with another podcast.
See, this is why you should always brief guests before they come on, because I
Because
gave
they're
her
ready.
time to plug, and then
No,
I'm
no,
about
you
to do the
didn't.
closing,
You didn't.
and then she's still plugging.
Y'all know that
I
y'all
don't
didn't hear me
understand.
plug.
I'm
That's why I
plugging
plugged
up.
myself.
Okay.
Because it went down the line. Y'all didn't hear me plug myself, right?
Okay.
Exactly.
She had to do her poetry.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it one more time.
Hey!
Alicia Laws, very good friend of mine.
I love you, Kenny.
Even after tonight. Let's hear it one more time for Asia.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
My name is
Yes.
Kenny KP Walker Jr. I am your co-host.
And it was so nice to see you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, I agree. Come on, come back. We need y'all. We need this energy. Y'all know
I
it.
need to-
I got that from spelling is hard
Yeah, I
and
need
wording
to-
is
I need to
hard.
brief
If you guys
I need
don't.
to brief you guys on closing.
Yeah, so Tahir Moore, I love you. And
More shout outs.
I am absolutely treating Kenny like you right now.
I love that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Cheers.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you guys.
God
for
bless your
checking
soul and
in.
keep living peace.
Woo! We did it.